All right, man. It's Thursday night. I'm glad it's Thursday night because Thursday morning sucked. I freaking broke my toilet. I had to fucking get a life jacket. It's
Damn, man,
flooding
that
in
must have
my.
been like a power dump. What the fuck
Okay,
did you do?
I was like positioning myself on the toilet. My knee popped. I went and it busted the back of the toilet.
Damn.
Yeah, I have
Oh,
a
that
bad
was
knee.
you. I thought it was Mooger.
No, it was
Okay,
Mark.
that was me. But
But you're
otherwise,
right, Tim. That does sound like something that would happen to Mooger.
oh shit.
I
And I
put, I
taught, I
put in this
taught,
thing. I said sometimes it just doesn't pay to get out of bed.
and one
Mhm.
one handyman wanted to charge me $300 and put a new toilet in. I go, okay, let me get back to you. So I went on Angie's List, and this one guy called me. He says, 245, and I said, I found the tank. We could just replace the tank. It's like $39 at Home Depot. I go pick it up. Okay, 145. He came in. I taught him how to pay, how I could pay him on credit card. I filled out my information and said. Now he can't figure out where the money went, but I was
Sure,
trying
we
to
know
help
how
him
you
with it.
we know how you paid them.
No, I got the invoice, dude. No, shut up.
That's
No,
just our little secret.
The
We were all,
call me
we
back
were all
anytime.
thinking it, but Jerry's the only one that said it.
Well, like they say, Mama says it bees that way sometimes.
Homie, don't suck dick. All right.
Oh, we all know what plumbers do.
Oh, I'll drink to that, Mark.
You know,
By
if
the
you're
way,
gonna suck
Jerry,
dick, you
nice
might as well
shirt.
be good at it, man.
Nice shirt, Jerry.
Huh?
Nice shirt.
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite bands.
I don't know. People,
Speaking of Joe, I got the exact same shirt, Joe.
Nice.
Yeah,
I need a Pink
I
Floyd
just
shirt.
picked this up recently.
Anybody want to send me one? I'll be happy. No, I'm joking. I'm broke. I'm out 100, 200 bucks.
Oh, by the
today.
way, that Smashing Pumpkins thing's in the mail. It should be here.
I still
your
gotta
house
send
soon.
your fucking 49ers hoodie. I'm just so lazy. And you're
Dude, it's summertime. I don't really need it right now.
It's amazing the amount of stuff that we just all randomly send to each other. I've sent
No
Jerry
shit.
Chinese Democracy. Andy sent me
Yeah.
Wasp albums.
Andy sent me freaking Ozzy and Neil Young. It's like, oh fuck.
It
You
pays
guys-
to have
got something
friends.
here that
I got a box of double CDs. I'll post later on the group page. If you guys want any of them, let me know.
There.
Send a picture over, Jerry. I'll take a look through.
I got like 50 or 60 that doubles that I noticed when I put them all
Oh,
together.
wait,
So.
that sounds like fun to me.
Some good ones, some metal
You know
church
me and my
ones.
CD collections. Send some pictures. I'll take a look.
All right.
Well,
see
Jerry
if I
and
got
Andy
anything
are going to
you
be
want.
on Cranium Radio before I get it on there. Right on, guys.
It's not going to be at the same time. Why not, Mark?
Because I'm waiting till July.
Oh, I don't even know when I'm going to start.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know yet. All that I know is that we're getting all of our T's crossed and our I's dotted, and equipment and stuff and things getting lined up.
Oh, I told Jerry
very
if he just make sure when you program your show, you put your sound bed in where you could talk over it and stuff. Test your mic before you go, like an hour before you go on. Make sure it's coming up in the fucking Sam, because Sam's a bitch. Got to test all this shit, because sometimes I started and the mic wasn't working. I go, fuck, restart. So now I tested it, and make sure when you make sure when you
Reboot the cable too. Reboot the internet.
make sure when you put your songs in Sam, play them in the program before you play. Sometimes there were skippers. Remember, guys? A lot of
Yeah, I remember
skippers in
that.
the beginning, and then I started testing. So that's my
Well,
advice to
I'm
you
not
guys.
I'm not expecting my first show to go off without any flaws. So
Yeah.
if it does, I'll
Hey,
be
what
amazed.
show are we on?
Oh, I'm just
Yeah, right.
promoting it. Oh, we're on the BS.
You haven't
sessions,
done an
man.
introduction yet, Mark.
I just said it's Thursday night and Thursday morning sucked. But
You hasn't introduced me yet.
Jerry, where are we at, bitch?
Well, I'm in Cookeville, Tennessee. Anyways, introduce our guest. here
I'm
tonight,
sorry.
man.
What are we doing tonight, though?
Well, I'm going to say it after the introductions.
All right, you do what you want.
Andy Rodriguez, man, how's it going? Old man trying to play foosball.
Yeah, that is a reference to the so-called great Aaron Rodgers getting signed today.
Yeah.
So
Hey.
Yeah.
great
Oh.
is very
And everyone
overrated.
wonders why I'm drinking straight from the bottle.
Mister, I won a Super Bowl 14 years ago.
And
I know, but the
it
AFC
pisses
North-
me off to no end that the only reason he has even the ring he has is because we choked that game.
Yeah. AFC North defenses are salivating.
They are elevating because he's starting off as the third best quarterback. And the reason why he's third because the other team in the division doesn't have one or
That's
hasn't
right.
decided which one's going to be.
But you got to figure,
Anyway.
if you look at his numbers from last year, he wasn't bad.
Numbers ain't shit.
Yes, he was.
Numbers ain't
Yeah,
shit.
he
Mark.
was.
Who,
Numbers.
Rodgers? He had a lot of lot of what do you call that? Dead time at the end when they were fucking
Yeah,
losing is what he had.
Numbers don't mean nothing.
The old
Well,
Derek
the
Carr
fuck is it
syndrome.
with the
Derek
Steelers,
Carr.
man, with these old over the hill fucking quarterbacks. They're
Ugh.
fuck.
Your guess is as good as mine, Tim. Your guess is as good as mine.
Like I was telling Joe, Tim, I have never seen the Steelers be so unprepared for a season in my life.
Yeah, I know.
Never.
Yeah.
Well, their ownership's going down the
This
tubes
general
anyway.
manager
But
Khan, he needs to get fucking shit canned right away. I mean,
It is.
I mean, it might be heresy, but so does Tomlin. Tomlin needs to go.
oh, he needed to go 3 years ago, for Christ's sake.
And you're not going to tell me that Tomlin and Rodgers aren't going to bump heads. Boy, are there going to be some.
Rodgers going to bump heads with anybody and everybody on that team.
Aaron hasn't had a coach he didn't like.
It would be hilarious if Aaron Rodgers was the reason that Mike Tomlin finally got fired.
Hey, you got one of the nicest coaches in football, and he could have get along with Robert. So there you go. It's like everybody loves Robert. But Jerry, introduction.
All right, let me continue. Then we got who should I introduce first?
Yo, mama.
I'm gonna introduce Tim first. Tim Wirasnik, man, how you doing, dude?
What's going on, fellas?
Been a couple weeks.
On this side of the earth, so I'm doing all right.
Cool. And then my brother from the Sticks channel, Joseph Staub, how you doing?
Doing good. Excited to be here. Excited to be a contrarian and just hijack this entire show. Looking forward to it. Great times had by all.
I know he's giving us a double whammy tonight.
I am.
Oh, he's doing the show tonight?
No.
Ah, okay.
You're doing it, Jerry.
No,
I'll
I'm
catch my
I'm
break.
the person who wrote 2 lists and is going to hold up all 22 albums I picked.
All right, well, let's get
Smile on his
started.
face.
So this is going to be a long one. Let's get the BS going, dude.
All right, let's start off with on a somber note. Hot Lips Houlihan died from MASH at 87, Jerry.
Yeah, I mean, it probably is my favorite sitcom of all time. You know, very few of those cast members left now. I think only Jamie Farr, Gary Burghoff, and Alan Alda. Mike Farrell's still alive too, I think, isn't he? Yeah.
No, I think.
But man,
he is still alive. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
She was an
none of them are
underrated.
spring chickens.
I always thought she was a beautiful woman, man. I always thought she was sexy. She nailed that part. She owned that part. She started the part of Margaret Houlihan as kind of like a pushover, comic relief, but they turned her into a very strong female character, which was lacking in the 70s. It really was in early 80s, and she actually owned that character, and she was a phenomenal.
Well, it turned her into somebody with
actress.
a heart.
Phenomenal.
You know, a human being instead of a military android.
Instead of a Frank Burns lackey.
Yeah.
In the beginning, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I actually met her at the San Diego Comic-Con. She was a very nice woman. She answered a lot of questions, and she was very friendly, and I thanked her for that, and I got an autograph somewhere. But rest in peace, Loretta, man. You know, I mean, you really haven't done much, but ever since Smash, but that role as Margaret Houlihan will last forever, in my opinion.
She didn't need to do much after MASH.
Right. Then she did like an episode of Cagney and Lacey, and that was it.
Well, she was the original Cagney and Lacey in the movie, wasn't she? She was.
I know she. I thought they were going to. She's going to get one of the parts at first, wasn't she originally?
No, I think the one girl replaced her, but the one girl stayed in there. Daly, she died or whatever.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't.
Yeah,
know that.
there was a movie called Cagney and Lacey, and she was in the movie, I think.
Oh,
Tyne Daly kept the role, and
that's probably why. That's probably why she didn't take the. She was.
Which is funny because in MASH she weren't in the movie.
Right, Sally Kellerman. She was good in that role.
She wasn't in Cagney and Lacey, Mark.
I thought she was.
No.
And there was no movie.
Oh, I'm just sad then.
Like that went straight from the TV show.
No, the only movie, the movie that I really know her from is Race with the Devil. I don't know if you guys have seen Race with the Devil. It's these 2 couples that get basically like chased by a bunch of like a satanic cult.
Oh yeah,
like, they're in an RV.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good movie. Where like
it's one of Fonda, right?
Oh yeah, it's Peter Fonda.
Yeah.
Peter Fonda and Loretta Swit are the 2 biggest names in it. But like these 2 couples are camping and they stumble on this like satanic ritual, and then the cult starts chasing them and they end up killing them at the end.
Yeah. Oh wow. But
I remember Tyne Daly used to but she came out in I think she came on Dirty Harry. I know that she was in a Dirty Harry movie.
Yeah, she was
playing the
his partner. Or something.
I don't know where I got that Cagney and Lacey thing from.
Oh no, you're right. It was the TV movie, Mark.
She was in a TV movie, right?
Yeah, she played Cagney in the TV movie.
She was the original Cagney. Yeah, I knew it. That was in a movie, and then
but it was when MASH was still going on.
Yeah,
so that's why she didn't do it.
Do the series, yeah.
And she weren't about ready to leave MASH.
No,
no.
Even though it was that came out in 81, MASH ended in 83, so it was a very short overlap, and I think Cagney and Lacey ran until 88, so she could have. But
yeah, one of only two characters from MASH to actually go the distance with the show.
Yeah, she was one of the only two to be a lead in every single season because Father Mulcahy and Klinger were in every season, but not as leads.
That cast just proved that Alan Alda was the star, obviously, but that cast just meshed so together. It's not even funny.
And I love the fact, like, when somebody like Frank left, they didn't replace him with another Frank. They replaced him with somebody completely different. Somebody was actually a challenge to Hawkeye and BJ, who was smarter and a better doctor in Winchester. I love that, actually.
Yeah, they wrote all their characters to be different people.
The same thing when Henry Blake left the show. Potter came in. I mean, two different people. I loved how they did that. Because some shows, they just have somebody come in and play the same exact character. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah,
and it worked.
Well, kind of like Coy and Vance playing Luke and Duke.
Oh God,
they were kind of this. They dressed the same, they sounded the same, but they weren't the same.
They were supposed to be the same,
but they gave them different names. So,
yeah, but the thing with Hot Lips Houlihan, you're right, Jerry. Her role started to change when Alan Alda started to take more control of the show, writing and producing. That's when her role changed as a stronger woman.
Alan Alda was actually, very pro feminism. So he didn't really he didn't like being that womanizer in the beginning.
Yeah, he hated that.
Because he noticed afterwards, like season 4 or 5, the women would reject him all the time.
Yeah,
just about. So yeah.
The one thing I never liked though was the fact that they had them sleep together. I didn't like that.
Yeah,
that was the one thing that I'm like, and then they like never talk about it ever again.
Right.
Like even in the finale, like they hug and they kiss for a while, but like they don't say, "Oh yeah,
right,
we slept together a couple of years ago."
Remember when we got it on?
Yeah.
You guys got anything more to say about her?
Oh yeah, I do. I'm okay with MASH. I mean, it was all right, but I was able to witness her perform live because she did Broadway and dance and sing. So she was part of a touring Broadway show that came to Houston. It was her and the Big Ragu from Laverne and Shirley.
Carmen.
Yeah, Carmen. So we were able to see them perform live on stage, and we were like front row because since it was traveling, there's a place here in Houston called Miller Theater, and it's always free. You just have to get tickets in the morning. So I went and I got in line and got tickets for front row. So, we were able to see her perform live, sing and dance. It was pretty cool. It's like maybe about 10 or 15 years ago.
I just want to say something about MASH real quick. I just remember when it was on and it was repeats like on Channel 11 and it's still here in California, and it was still going on new episodes at that time, like Three's Company and Married with Children. They were still showing them. The new shit was still coming out, so it's catching up. I hated MASH. I was like, turn this shit off. I'm bored. But then like 84, I started watching it. I go, this is fucking good shit. I liked it, but I was like, oh, MASH again. I was like, God, because I was at this lady's house who watched me, and all she watched was fucking MASH. Like they show 2 episodes a day, and I was like, fuck, I want to watch cartoons. What is this shit? But MASH is a good show, man. I remember seeing the season ending, and that was pretty good, man. And then it became Trapper John. I like Trapper John, but too bad the original guy couldn't play Trapper. I thought that was cool, man. But then
the guy that played Trapper during Trapper John MD was good too. I used to watch that show with my mom a lot. I loved it.
That's a show nobody talks about anymore. Is Trapper John. I love Trapper John.
Mm-hmm.
But and then they tried to make a sequel with Klinger and
After MASH.
Yeah, that was.
It was
and then
Radar. I'm not Henry Blake.
And Radar. Spelled like in the MASH with stars between their names.
Yeah.
Star between the letters. That was it didn't work out.
Well, it's like they did with the Golden Girls, Golden Palace. Didn't work.
The Golden Palace.
All right. Well,
it was Golden Showers.
Let's get to some more movie news here. Clint Eastwood plans to direct new movie at 95, and he shades error of remakes and franchises. Do something new or stay at home. What do you think about that, Jerry?
I like where he's coming from, and I also like the fact that he keeps working. I think that's the key, is not retire. That's what I'm worried about. I mean, if you keep working, you keep having a purpose in life, I think you'll live longer, I think. So I need to find that. So hopefully with the 20,000 podcasts I'm going to be doing and the radio show, I will keep myself busy. But yeah, I mean, Clint's awesome, dude. I mean, I wouldn't know how many more years he's got, but I hope it's a while. I mean, I think he might make it to 100, if not more. So, I love Clint. So good for him that he's still working. And I agree with what he said. Fucking let's find something original for a change to watch.
What about you, Tim?
I like Clint Eastwood a lot. I think he's made a lot of good movies, but and hey, if he wants to keep doing it and they want to keep paying him to do it, by all means. He hasn't had I cannot remember a bad Clint Eastwood movie.
There was one where he sang.
That one where he sang was pretty bad.
There was one with Burt Reynolds.
Well, I mean that he directed.
Was that City Heat? City Heat?
Okay. Everybody's gonna say that Clint Eastwood is yellow or a coward. Why would that go? Where'd that line go? Back to the Future.
Back to the Future 3.
Did he say yellow or coward? I can't remember.
Yellow.
Everybody's gonna say that Clint Eastwood is yellow.
What do you think about Clint, Andy?
I love Clint Eastwood. And that's what I have a problem about movies today. He's completely right. It's the same shit over and over. That's why I've lost interest in movies. But when it comes to him, I really liked a lot of his later movies, like Gran Torino was really good. The Mule was really good. He was playing that drug runner.
Did he do Hacksaw Ridge?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. He was awesome in that movie.
I believe he did Pacific Rim too.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
He wasn't. He directed Pacific Rim, really?
I think so.
I didn't
know that was Michael Bay.
I don't know why Rim Job came in my head, but I'm bad.
But I'm a big fan of his. I think his movies are always interesting. They're always done well. So I know that it's 95, but man, if he still wants to do this in 95, and if he's still able to, and his mind is still sharp, and he can work, by all minds, let him work. Because Lord knows we need a kick in the ass in Hollywood by someone. And look, it's freaking Clint Eastwood trying to shake things up because everyone else is just happy with the way things are going in Hollywood. Well, I am not.
Well, if you watch the movie Sinners, that is different.
That's a fucking awesome movie, great. Man.
Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan, man, they fucking rule. And even Tom Cruise said, people say there's no A-list actors anymore, A-list directors. He goes, have you seen Sinners? Go watch it.
Yeah, Haley Steinfeld is a gem, man. I mean, I think she's an amazing actress. She started out in that True Grit remake. She was awesome in that when she was a kid.
Yeah.
Amazing actress, man. It's a shame she's on. Actually, she just got married to Buffalo Bills quarterback. What the fuck's his name?
Josh Allen.
Oh, really?
Josh Allen. Just got married about a week or so ago.
It puts the lotion in the basket. Okay. Joseph, what do you think about Clint?
Yeah, I mean, if he's still up for directing movies, I mean, he just did one last year, but I mean, all for it. He's made some really great movies, and he hasn't made like what we're talking about of like repeats and series and all this stuff. He hasn't made a sequel in 40 years. The last sequel he made was the last Dirty Harry movie.
The Deadpool.
Like he hasn't really, the Deadpool. He doesn't really go back and revisit anymore, and that's great. He moves on with new projects. He's done a lot of war movies. He's done a lot of movies about city life, like $1 Million Baby, Gran Torino, stuff like that. And it's really just still making great movies. And I'm more than happy to continue to support him. I mean, not only is he one of my favorite actors of all time, but he's also one of my favorite directors of all time. Just a really great visionary mind, and I wish we had more of him, honestly.
Yeah.
I just remember.
Can you imagine being on the set and being a new actor, like your first role, and you look over and there's Clint Eastwood looking at you, watching you.
Giving you that look. You do something wrong.
Get off my lawn. I
know what?
just
Though? I wouldn't mind seeing another Dirty Harry. That'd be badass.
I was just thinking they should make a comedy of Dirty Harry where he's all decrepit. Make my day, sonny.
Or he does another any which way you can as Philo Beto.
Oh, with an orangutan.
Hey, but the thing is, I just remember the story that I think Burt Reynolds told about him and Clint. And he said they got fired from the studio a lot. They were studio players. They were under contract. And Burt goes, he got fired because of his Adam's apple. I got fired because they said I couldn't act. So I told Clint as we're leaving the lot together, I said, you know what? I could always learn to act, but you ain't getting rid of that Adam's apple, buddy. So let's move on to the next thing. I didn't know about this till today. It was like fresh BS. According to Deadline, Nick Jonas, best known as one-third of the hugely popular Disney Channel sibling pop rock Jonas Brothers, has been tapped to play Kiss frontman Paul Stanley in an upcoming Kiss biopic, Shout It Out Loud. MCG is directing the film. Will go into production at the end of the early 2026, Jerry.
Well, I mean, Machine Gun Kelly played Nikki Sixx, right? So who the fuck? I mean, I can believe a Jonas brother will play Paul Stanley now. So if he nails the part, I admit Machine Gun Kelly was actually pretty good in that role. Wasn't crazy enough to me, but he played the role pretty good.
Nick Jonas has been in television series. He's pretty good.
If it works out, fine. I mean, I don't have a problem with the Jonas Brothers. I don't like their music.
It's going to be another Phantom of the Opera.
Hey, but MCG is actually a good director. So if you know his, I don't remember his movies, but everything I've seen by him has been pretty good. What do you think about that, Tim? Keep going, Tim.
I could really care less. This
right.
is so over, it's not even funny. If this had been done 20 years ago, maybe. But now, they're so over, it's not even funny.
All right, Andy, what do you think?
I'd rather see Clint Eastwood play Paul Stanley. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna watch. I'm not gonna watch it anyway. So whatever.
Yeah, you don't like movies.
Rock and roll all night. I can hear him saying that too.
I hope they get his stage raps right. Anybody out there getting high? So disingenuous.
I like the taste of alcohol. Yeah.
Joseph, what do you think about that?
I have no interest. I'm not going to see it. I don't care.
How many of y'all having sex out there?
That nurse, she ripped open my 501 jeans.
Oh, God. Cringeworthy.
Oh, Jesus. Those stage raps are the sole reason that they have not put Animalize Live Uncensored on DVD.
Good.
Those stage raps.
Well, they did release the live sound check or whatever it was.
Yeah, but they've never because at least it's not as bad if you don't see him doing it.
And besides, which Kiss are they gonna go?
I'm
with?
sure it's gonna be the classic
70s Kiss, 80s Kiss, 90s Kiss.
Well, it's a biopic, so they're
gonna do the 90s with Tommy and Eric.
Hey, who's gonna play Vinnie Vincent? Joyce DeWitt.
That's a good one. Yeah. Joyce DeWitt.
That's not my joke. Dr. Fox did that for years. Yeah.
that's been around for a long time.
Been around for a long time about Joyce DeWitt. But let's get to something cool that I first found out today. Mike Levine is not playing. Triumph Radio special planned for Eddie Trunk's show tomorrow in Toronto. They're going to play it before the Kings Panthers games tomorrow.
Oilers.
The Oilers, yeah, whatever. Oilers, yeah.
Wishful thinking that the Kings were in it.
Right. It says, but it's going to be Rick with two guys from Slash's band are going to be playing tomorrow. And Mike is going to be on Eddie's show.
It's not just Rick. It's Rick and the drummer.
Rick and the drummer. And Mike Levine is going to be on the show talking to Eddie.
Yeah. So, you said you said it was going to be Rick and two guys from Slash's band. It's not.
No, Rick and Gil.
Yeah,
and two guys from Slash's band.
So the two singers.
Two singers from no,
Mike Levine was.
Mike was playing keyboardist probably.
No, it's going to be. I forgot the two Canadian guys. But they're going to be there and doing it for the playoffs, man. Did they already play a game already?
Yeah, fucking don't remind me of it.
Okay, they lost. Okay, I didn't check.
In
They gave that
overtime.
game to. They gave that game to him in a hand
They
basket.
they were winning 3-1.
3-1 at one point. I don't want to talk about it.
But
I'm just happy that they did good in Edmonton, but well, except that last quarter. But
30 seconds in overtime, really.
They might get that triumph juju, Jerry. I'm sorry, man.
I'm not going to start worrying. I said that Edmonton would win their first two at home, then Florida would win the next two at their place, and then the next three, that's where it's going to be decided.
So Edmonton has home ice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
By
I
like
that.
1 point.
I gave up when the Kings got knocked out. and I only knew about, you didn't post anything about Panthers. I only know if they win or lose when you say something, Jerry.
Well, I don't post anything if you know they lost.
Okay. I thought
I'm not going to say, yeah, the Panthers lost.
You should go, hey, the Panthers lost. Fuck them. You know.
Actually, I wasn't able to watch the game because I was busy doing something. So I was kind of monitoring it as I was going on. I was like, yeah, 3-1. Go back and what the fuck? 3-3 overtime.
What do you guys think about Rick and Gil coming back for a little bit?
I think it's awesome.
They have Phil X in there. They're making like a full band. They're gonna so they don't have to do a 3-piece. That's pretty cool.
Well, no, they're doing
rumors will start flying.
People have already been talking. You got to do a new album. You got to go on tour.
Won't happen.
Well, I think Mark, they are doing a 3-piece. They're doing 3 songs. I think they're having one different person for each song.
Oh, they are.
I think that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
The bass player is going to be there. Yeah. That sucks. I love it. But I hope Eddie puts it up on his podcast because I can't listen to a show when I'm at work.
Well, he said, Mark, do you understand what is happening?
What?
Eddie's going to be at the studio.
Yeah.
With Levine. They're going to be at the stadium. It's 2 separate things.
Okay, but I want to hear him talking to
Eddie
Mike.
has nothing to do with them.
No, but
Eddie has nothing to do with them playing.
I know that. I just want to hear him talking to Mike.
He's good friends with him, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's good friends with everybody, man.
He goes to his house all the time.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Eddie, that's the only thing that Eddie ever tweeted me back on. I said, is Triumph going to do anything? He says, maybe a one-off show here and there, but no new music. And I said, oh, okay. He did answer me on that one. That's pretty cool. But
they shouldn't. They really shouldn't.
Yeah, Rick Emmett said one-offs can happen.
Great albums, but it's time. You know,
Rick Emmett's always said one-ups will be a possibility, but new album and tours will never happen.
Hey, I love a new album. I'm sorry. I got to get that Edge of Excess out of my mind. Sorry, Phil X. That album sucked. You're not Rick Emmett.
There's no money for them to be made if they did an album, man.
Well, there's no
money for them to be made with a tour. I'm sorry.
No, they said that. They said they would have to be headliner.
Canada, maybe.
And you'd have to have. Oh, Canada would totally eat that up.
Yeah.
But did you hear about Iron Maiden? Manager blast selfish fans who didn't respect requests to keep phones in pocket. I wish them nothing but a sore arm. What do you think about that, Jerry?
I mean, these are the people that pay fucking to see your band live. I wouldn't go that far. It's just you didn't say you can make it a demand if you want to. Tobias Forge is making it a demand. Give them a little sack to put your phone in or whatever. So you can't blame them if you just say we would appreciate it if you didn't bring your phone. I mean, I like what these people were saying. I agree that I'm guilty of it too, sitting there with my camera recording shit, and not even watching
above your head.
Sometimes you have to. Sometimes
you go down like this, so you can watch the show.
I'd get somebody's back and head.
No, you don't. You stand up and you get that.
Depends on where you're sitting at, dude.
I've got
anyway.
I'm a professional.
I think it's kind of a fucking shitty thing to say about the fans, but it is what it is. Oh, Iron Maiden's people like Bruce Dickinson has always made his opinions noted in public. I guess the manager is too. So, oh well.
At least they're not demanding it. They ask them, so that's pretty cool. So,
yeah. And then when people didn't listen, they get on the line and bitch about it. So it's the same thing.
It wasn't the band; it was the manager, Smallwood.
Yeah, but he's the voice of the band practically. It was on their official social media.
Oh.
It was posted on their official social media.
But if you do hold the phone up that long, you do get a sore arm. I've done it.
Oh, I've done it too. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I mean, like Iron Maiden, first they get fucking pelted with eggs on Ozfest, for Christ's sakes. By Sharon Osbourne, I might add.
Fuck her.
And then this, and it's like, like back in the 70s, people brought cameras, and back in the 80s, people brought video cameras, and now they're cell phones. It's the same fucking thing, just... it's different way of doing it, but it's the same thing. That's how you get bootleg copies of shit.
Yeah, just remember when Rerun bought the tape recorder to fucking the Doobie Brothers show, man.
And then bands put out as official albums bootleg copies of shit.
So what do you think about that, Andy?
Well, I don't record shows, so it doesn't matter to me.
I only record songs. I only record like 3 songs and I'm done. And I
I
record
will-
it down here so I could see the show.
I will take pictures of the band when they come out, and that's it.
Dude, most of
I'm the
our
same way.
freeform rock podcast videos are the most popular is me recording certain songs. Like I get a lot of shit from the Ann Wilson with Bridge of Sighs. She ain't fucking Robert Trower. Why is she trying to do Robert Trower? This band can't hold a candle to Robin Trower.
Robin Trower was awesome. Don't get me wrong, but come on, Ann Wilson can sing the phone.
I
book
said,
to make it
and
sound better.
my comment is, did you hear her sing the song? Who cares about the
No.
band? She killed the fucking song herself, Or I get all that shit, and I just go, whatever.
That song is a great tune, but it needs to be sped up about a half a step.
I think they
And
just.
it's not like Robin Trower is singing it to begin with.
No, but I'm just saying, my fucking one of my best videos was fucking Donny Osmond.
And the guy with the lightsaber.
Yeah, I had it. Oh yeah, the lightsaber Iron Maiden show. Nah, I know.
How do you manage to get that fucking thing in through security?
I don't know. Well, it's plastic and it folds in, so you can put it in his leg. Because you go through the metal detector, it's not metal.
He probably had it shoved in his ass before he went
Probably.
All right, let's get to. I'll skip the Sammy Hagar story. I
Thank
want to
you.
hear.
Please.
I want to hear Tim Wirasnik bitch for a little bit because and you guys. LeBron James camp has informed that he plans to retire at the end of 2025-26 NBA season. Tim.
Joseph Staub hit this right on the head in Messenger, for Christ's sake. I don't need to say anything more about it because you know already how I feel.
Well, nobody here knows how you feel. The audience doesn't know how you feel. We know how you feel.
How I feel is this. I agree with Joe 110% on this. They are going to give him the ring so he can walk out.
Mark's like, hell yeah.
On top, just like usual. And it's like
I don't like fake shit. You know that, Jerry.
it's
But
like he's not a
bubble?
top player anymore. He's not
bubble
even
was
close
not
to being
fake.
a top player anymore.
Dude, the guy is scoring more than any 40. Dude, the guy has numbers better
Because they're
than
letting
20.
him, for Christ's sakes. Nobody's guarding him.
They are guarding him.
No, they're not.
No, because if anyone gets close to him, he falls on the ground and has a boo-boo.
Dude,
They
that
only
is
get 6 fouls, so
dude, no, he gets slapped and hit so many times. There's no
Oh,
calls. on it.
bullshit, Mark. I mean, come on,
How
dude.
many Laker games do you motherfuckers
Oh,
watch?
my
I will
God.
show you a million highlights of him flopping.
You
want me
a
to.
million high, like yeah, he
And
does.
how about that one I sent you
he
where
can
he's
take
traveling
your
from
college
half
course
court?
and how to flop.
I'm gonna send you fucking video of Michael Jordan traveling for dunks.
He does. He takes
LeBron
2
James
steps, 2 or 3 a step.
Is
Big
probably
difference.
the
4 or
most
5.
Look.
produced athlete of all time in any sport. He has had the league behind him from day one. He's been pushed down everybody's throats. Oh, Michael Jordan was in Space Jam. We got to get LeBron James in Space Jam too.
Oh, that was horrible.
It was pretty bad.
But that's the thing.
But even
Is
the Michael
he
Jordan Space Jam was kind of horrible too.
But at least it
LeBron
was
James-
natural.
LeBron James
Yeah.
can't hold Michael Jordan's jockstrap.
Well, Michael Jordan had Bill Murray in there though.
That is true.
Hey, Mark,
Like I said, in
Is he a
Messenger,
forward or a center?
LeBron James is like Kiss. Last 20 years have been total shit. Even though he's scoring points, I'll give you that. But his legacy
Dude,
is
I'm
definitely.
gonna give you that.
His legacy. No. His legacy has definitely been rusted the last couple of years with some of the shit that he does with the flopping and all that crap. He flops more than Devos did, dude.
No,
Like I said-
Devos
Yeah,
was
he
the
Like I
best.
said, he could teach a
Devos
master
invented the
class
fucking
in college on flopping.
Devos,
Hey, Mark, would you care this much if he wasn't a Laker?
I liked him when he wasn't. I liked him in Cleveland. I liked him in
Yeah,
Miami. I thought he
true.
was a good. He's a good show. I like shows. I like good basketball.
We'll take my talents to
I
Miami.
hated the '90s Knicks with Pat Riley
What,
coaching.
what kind of egomaniac has to do an hour fucking show to announce where he's going?
Hey,
on
you know
free
what? He
agency?
did regret that. They paid him to do that. They said,
And you
"Let's
know
do
what? I fucking watched it too.
this." I did it.
I don't want to see an athlete give me a show. I want to see an athlete give me a game.
You know, my favorite athlete of all time, Joe Montana, Shaq, Kobe, Magic Johnson.
Yeah, and they're all amazing.
And even Isaiah Thomas, even though he's a fucking huge bitch, I can bitch slap him
Mark,
today.
I will stand by what I said in our message.
Don't like Danny Ainge?
Fuck Danny Ainge.
LeBron James wouldn't be a top 5 basketball player in literally any other generation.
Well,
but because it's the same thing with baseball right now. The greatest players in baseball right now would not be the greatest players in any other generation because the league has been molded around them. Same thing with basketball.
I think Ohtani would be. He's an old
Ohtani would be.
Of course, because he's a Dodger.
No, he agreed with me there. Even when he was an Angel, I respected Ohtani, and I hate the fucking Angels.
I'll bet that Ohtani.
5 athlete in any other generation.
Hey, Mookie Betts is Freddie Freeman. Don't talk shit about Freddie. Freddie was great and he's even getting better older. You know,
in my humble opinion,
great player, but he was a goober.
In my humble opinion,
he's a hayseed.
Basketball player to have ever played is still Bill Russell, and I will tell you why.
Because he was
13 NBA titles, two of them as player coach. You can't top that.
The thing is, back then, dude, there was hardly any teams to compete against. Jerry West is one of the greatest basketball players of all time. The motherfucker's a logo. And he built championship teams. So
who did he play for, Jerry West?
The Lakers.
I mean, he never won one.
But he went up to Golden State. Listen, he went up to Golden State as an executive and turned that team around. He was up there with
he was a Buffalo Bill, is what you're saying.
No, but Jerry West went up there to the Warriors and helped the GM get players in. He said, "You need to draft this player. You need to draft that player."
He was good. He was a good manager.
He was a good dude. The guy, even without the Lake, he fucking made the Golden State Warriors who they are. I'm just giving you that because he told him get Steph Curry.
Yeah, so he was
the Golden State Warriors were a flash in the pan, and they're nothing anymore.
They're still pretty good. You got Steph Curry, man. I love Steph Curry, even though
the NBA is
10 years ago. This is Steph Curry now.
Yeah. No, Mark, you can't argue that the NBA is not beyond fucked this day and age because of the trades. Nobody's loyal to a team. Nobody's anything.
That's like that in every sport now, though.
Not this badly.
Pretty much it is.
Not this badly.
But that's a two-way street because teams aren't loyal to players.
Did you see Ohtani stay with the Angels? But they didn't offer him a contract, though. So
you're right, though, Mark. That's in every sport.
In every sport,
it's in every sport, but there's practically no consistency in the NBA.
No,
there's no passion in the players in the NBA. No, I'll give you that much.
Have you seen Austin Reeves?
Few players, yes. Few players, yeah, but for the most part, it's like work.
NBA players today, especially the ones in LA, at least they were, are more worried about what's happening at Diddy's party than they are on the court.
No, they're not. I like Luka, and Luka is like getting fit right now. So that guy's.
I think LeBron James was part of that.
You know, I can't.
Oh, I know he was.
I'm going to say, even though I like LeBron James, I'm waiting for this to be Luka's team and not his. I'm just saying that because Doncic is fucking a great fucking player.
Maybe when LeBron finally retires, they'll win some stuff.
Somebody said they were complaining about his weight and stuff. They said this guy gets 30 points, 10 rebounds, and not 10 assists every night, and you say he's out of shape? What the fuck's wrong with you?
What I like about Luka is that he's old school. He plays hard all the time.
The only thing that's wrong with him, he needs to work on his defense, and that's his weight, and he's been getting in shape. I think he'll be because our general manager called him out without calling him out in the offseason. Some people in this team need to get in shape.
I mean,
send him packages of Jenny Craig in the mail.
There have been overweight players in the NBA that have
Shaq.
Wes Unseld, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah,
and he won a championship. He won a couple championships.
Butterbean.
All right,
Shaq, Barkley showed up a few years out of shape.
Yeah, Barkley.
They still managed to play though.
You remember? I don't know, Joseph. You don't remember this? In the '90s, we used to go to Walmart and get dollar chicken sandwiches, and McDonald's open 24 hours. Those are long gone, but now Walmart is bringing in Wienerschnitzel, Jerry.
Not where I'm at there. Not. I like Wienerschnitzel.
It just
one reason
started. It just announced.
I used to go to the mall and fucking Wienerschnitzel all the time, man. But
I
they don't
have
have it.
absolutely no idea what the hell Wienerschnitzel is. So.
Best hot dogs and best fucking
Not
French
chili.
fries ever.
Not chili.
Yeah, it wasn't
Their
bad.
chili is runny like my diarrhea.
But
It's
I have
horrible.
no.
Well, you just made sure I'm never going to try it again. Now,
Then again, up until recently, I didn't know what the fuck Chipotle was. So
Chipotle's really good,
there.
by the way.
I think
Chipotle's
it's
really
overrated
good.
as hell.
we just
I like
got,
Chipotle though. I do like it.
All right, but then we get to last story.
You didn't ask me about Wienerschnitzel.
Oh, well, go about Wienerschnitzel.
There was one right behind my high school, and we loved it. We would go there for cheap hot dogs. And
Yep.
but we don't have that many around here. But that one is still open, the one next to my old high school.
Hey,
So we would go there a lot.
Wienerschnitzel did save Tasty Freeze. Because it's Wienerschnitzel Tasty Freeze now. Do you have anything about Wienerschnitzel, Joseph? You know, you sucking up chili dogs outside
No.
Tasty Freeze. You know,
I
All
have
right,
never
well,
in my life had a Wienerschnitzel ever.
what?
Oh,
You should,
dude,
it's
you're
pretty.
missing
It's
out.
pretty good. You get
Good
the all.
shit.
I
Yeah,
doubt
dude.
there's any even around here. I seriously doubt it.
They need to expand because they when they have the pastrami.
I
Hot
know
dogs
there's
are
no
so
milk
good.
around here.
They're more of a West
I
Coast
know
thing.
that for a fact.
All right. Do you guys know about Shaun Cassidy?
I know of him.
I don't know.
He is
What about him?
he is touring. He's going on tour. 70s heartthrob. So everybody who's having hot flashes right now is like buying up these tickets.
Literally not. Everybody that's having hot flashes is buying up their fucking walkers and their fucking strollers.
And seeing Shaun
Gotta be
Cassidy.
70-something years old, for God's sakes.
You know,
Have you seen Frankie Valli touring lately? What he looks like on
it's
stage?
so sad.
hey,
It's
Shaun
really
Cassidy
bad.
looks better than Frankie Valli.
Somebody
There's
needs to
nothing
find out.
there.
Somebody
There's
needs to
nothing
find out
there.
who's like in conservatorship of Frankie Valley because they are like
There is
There's
nothing
like
there.
I would
should
be
run for
surprised if there's
president.
like I wouldn't be surprised if there's some like abuse there, like somebody's like forcing him to
Like
go
they
out on
did
stage.
with the Marvel guy. What's that guy's name? Stan Lee. They fucking
Yeah.
put him in a closet, dude. They put him in a fucking closet to come out and do public appearances.
I wouldn't be surprised if whoever's in charge of his, like whether it's his family, whoever it is, they're like, "All right, Frank, you go out on stage. Here we go."
You know, he
really?
was. You know, he
It's
was the
bad.
stepbrother
It's
of
bad.
David Cassidy, right, from the Partridge Family, Shaun
Yes.
Cassidy,
Yeah.
I do
and
know.
also he was great in the Hardy Boys. I love the Hardy Boys.
Yeah, that
guys.
show sucked.
You didn't like
The Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew.
Nancy
Hey,
Drew.
Why
was
are we
awesome.
still talking about this?
We're done. Let's get to
Who
the
was
show,
married
Jerry.
to Kirstie Alley.
Jerry, let's get the show.
All right, what we're going to do, we haven't announced what we're going to do yet because we talked about some BS, but we're going to be doing our top 11 favorite double album. So
Yes.
it could be live albums, it can be studio albums, but not like compilations. That's the only thing. Because we can name like 100 compilation double albums, but that'd be too easy. But
Yeah, no greatest hits, nothing like that.
yeah, let's get it started. We'll start
Well, that
with
just killed one of my things.
Joe. What do you got? Number 11, man.
All right. So as I said earlier, I did this the hard way. There was no way that I could make one list out of this by combining studio and live albums. No way in hell that I could do it. So I wrote a list of both, and under Mark's gracious authority, I'm going to give both of my lists. So I'm going to start out with my number
Nobody
11
asked
studio
me
album.
for. That's
I
okay.
put it in the group chat.
I'm
and
just
Mark,
kidding, Joseph. I'm just kidding with you, man. I don't care.
I know. So my number 11 studio album, one that would be surprised if anyone else brings up, but I think it's a really great album. We actually did a BS on this before of this band making a K-Tel album of this band, and that is ELO Out of the Blue. Just a phenomenal album. Opened up with Turn to Stone, has the Concerto for a Rainy Day. Just so many amazing tracks on this album, and this is one of that is several of the ones on my list. Is the phenomenon of it was a double album, but when it's on CD, it's only one CD because it wasn't long enough to make a double CD. So my number 11 studio album is Electric Light Orchestra Out of the Blue. And my number 11 live album is one that I've gotten a little bit newer. So it couldn't go any further up my list yet because I'm still pretty new to it, but I've really been loving it. And that is Jethro Tull Bursting Out, live from the 1978 Heavy Horses tour. Just a really great live album with all their 70s stuff on it. Some really great performances. And it's a great double album. So that's my number 11 live album is Jethro Tull Bursting Out.
All right. Andy.
Yeah, the way that I constructed my list, it's gonna have a mixture of live and studio.
Mine
We've
too.
we have done lists after lists, sometimes 2 or 3 times a week for a couple of years now. So I am at a crossroads here where I don't want to start repeating myself or doing this and that. So I'm hoping that this list that I go through, all these albums I love. So I probably might or might not have mentioned this at all. I know that we've been talking about 10 years after lately,
Yeah,
especially
I
with
love that
Mark
band.
there.
Yeah.
So I am going to go, it's not going to be 10 years after, but Alvin Lee live
Oh
in
yeah.
Flight.
I need to hear that.
Even though he does have a couple of guys from 10 years after on here, but still, Alvin Lee's a monster on guitar. This was taken at the Rainbow in London. So In Flight by Alvin Lee. Really good, strong stuff on here. I really enjoy them.
Cool. All right, Tim.
All right, my number 11 is from a band that I absolutely fucking love. And they were on absolute fire when they made this album. Deep Purple, made in Japan.
Oh fuck! I forgot that album.
How can you forget about that one?
Because you were gonna pick it, Andy.
Ha.
No, I went a whole complete direction.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Good pick, dude. Mark, what do you got?
What I got? I'm gonna start with one of my favorite bands of all time, even if they have made some dud albums like Hot Space. Queen, Live Killers, man. One of the greatest live albums of all time.
It
Yeah, I know, just you don't like it, but I love it. It's my introduction to Live Queen. Timeline, like Rock and Metal Combat podcast say all the time. It's like it's my first introduction to hearing Freddie live. I love it.
Cool.
Even though I think Live in Montreal is better.
There's like 5 live Queen albums I'd take
Yes.
over it.
Yes, but
Live at
I got to
Wembley.
go with this one.
Live at Wembley, live at Montreal, live at
Yeah.
the Bowl,
I
live at the
get it.
Rainbow.
I get it.
They just
All
didn't
right,
put out
Mike.
a great live album in the 70s for some reason.
No. All right, my pick is going to be Quadrophenia by The Who, man.
Ew.
Great fucking album. I don't care what you think. I love that album, dude. Come on,
Honorable
Love
mention
Rain
on my
on Me is
list.
one of my favorite songs.
There's
by The
great
Who, dude.
songs on that album, Jerry.
There
but
are The Real Me. What else is on there?
515.
yeah,
I'm One, The
515.
Dirty Job. I mean, it's all kinds of cool shit on
But then
there,
you got some artsy fartsy shit on there. It's like
that's what makes it so good. They can do like Doctor or shit like that. I hear you.
The Quadrophenia is fantastic. It's
I
a
think
hell of a lot better than Tommy.
it's a lot better than Tommy, but it's the Who's double albums are not
The
complete.
Punk and the Godfather.
Mm-hmm.
Cool shit.
Yeah. Good
I think it's
stuff
a
on it.
great album. All right. Number 10, Joseph.
All right. Number 10 on my list. This is a phenomenal live album. I'm not live album, a phenomenal studio album that I've talked about before the gestation of this album, that it was going to be a 4-album box set and then a 3-album set and then a couple different albums, because this guy was just losing his mind in the late 80s. Released an album and then decided he was possessed by a demon and pulled it back. And that, of course, is the enigma that is Prince with Sign of the Times.
Fuck, I gotta take that off, man.
Phenomenal double album from '87. Opens up with Sign of the Times, Housequake, Ballad of Dorothy Parker, Starfish and Coffee, Hot Thing, You Got the Look, If I Was Your Girlfriend, I'll Never Take the Place of Your Man, The Cross, Adore. Just so many amazing tracks on this album that the production is just as fascinating as the album itself, in my opinion. And then my number 10 live album is one that is very, very special to me. It's an album that I was brought up with, and that is Nazareth Snaz, recorded live in '81 in Vancouver on their Full Circle tour. Just a phenomenal recording of not even the classic era of Nazareth, but a really great live performance.
You want to talk
regardless.
about an underrated band?
Yeah, I really need to do a deep dive into that, man.
You do.
Yeah.
All right. Andy.
Yeah, this double live album was pretty much taken from a radio broadcast, and it was from Woodstock '94 that they got this one from.
Green Day?
Metallica live at Winston Farm.
Oh, nice.
This is a fantastic set. It's they start with Bread Fan, Master of Puppets, Wherever I May Roam, Harvest of Sorrow, Side 2 has Fade to Black, For Whom the Bell Tolls, Seek and Destroy, Side 3, Nothing Else Matters, Creeping Death, Whiplash, Side 4, Sad But True, 1, Inner Sandman. So yeah, man, this is a really killer set. It's actually also, if I remember right, it's on orange vinyl as well.
Ooh,
so
nice.
So it's pretty cool. I'm really digging these radio broadcast recordings. It took me a little while to get used to the sound because, of course, it's not, 100%, done by studio and by a big market. But it's very good to have, and I really enjoy hearing them. I also have the Guns N' Roses Live at the Ritz, which was taken from the MTV show that they had done back in '87, which is pretty much Appetite for Destruction live. Back when they were, just started getting doped up, which is the best part to get the band, when they're starting to dope up, not when they're all doped up and fucked out of their minds. That's when you stop listening.
Yeah.
Or when they stop.
Them touring with Metallica and fucking Rolling Stones.
Guns N' Roses at the time.
Yeah.
Leave.
All right, guys. I'll be right back. Y'all go ahead.
All right, Tim.
All right. My number 10 is from a band. I don't know how you classify this band. I mean, what genre you would put this band in. I don't know if it's not metal, but rock or alternative or whatever you want to call this fucking band. But this album, I'm not a huge fan of this band, but they came together on this album. And it's got my favorite track by this band on this album, Animal Bar, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Stadium Arcadium.
What?
Great album.
It's a great album, but I wanted to put it on my list.
Well,
where you should classify them as just a badass rock band.
They are.
The Stadium Arcadium is fantastic.
I got a perfect classification for them.
Jerry, fuck off.
I will say and this is an unforgivable sin in my opinion, they were one of the few bands that I've ever been disappointed with live.
No.
I've
never got to see them live, dude. I need to see them live so bad.
I got to see them during the Californication tour.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
God damn.
I saw them 2 years ago and the set list was awful.
Oh, really? I got to see them then, and Foo Fighters opened up. So Foo Fighters were just their second album.
Foo Fighters opened up?
No, Foo Fighters and fucking
on that
Red
tour
Hot,
too. That would have been amazing, man.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I think it was I had just.
At least I could have left early.
So it had to have been like 2000 or 2001 because Californication was a big tour. So they came back around again. I'll be right back, guys.
I don't know, man. I've tried to get into that band. They just never connected with me. I do like Mother's Milk. I like some stuff off that album, but after that, man, that Give It Away shit.
I love Give It Away. What I gotta give it to your mama. Suck my so kiss. Annoying. God, I love that fucking album.
Under the Bridge.
I love Under the Bridge. That's a personal song, man.
Anyway, Mark.
I'm going to get all you Kiss nerds here, because I think this is the best Kiss live album alive. Because Kiss Alive 2 had a lot of studio tracks on it.
You're correct, sir.
Kiss Alive is the greatest Kiss live album of all time. And I will give them credit for that.
On my list.
Mark, you're being such a contrarian here.
I do go. That is one of the Kiss albums I like to listen to.
I grew up on that album, for Christ's sake.
I didn't, but I like it. I like it. It's cool. I can't deny the greatness of Kiss in the 70s. They're great.
My thing that I always find interesting is I don't ask people what their favorite Kiss live album is. I ask people what their second favorite Kiss live album is. Because you'll get more interesting answers. Mine is MTV Unplugged. So that's you get interesting answers.
Mine's Alive 3.
Alive 3 is pretty good because I like the Revenge
Symphony.
Stuff.
I just
my God, Jerry! What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't hate the Symphony. It has the best version of God of Thunder, in my opinion.
Yeah.
On a live
All
tree,
right.
I just like the sound of it. I mean, geez, those drums are just
It was
fucking
good. I
heavy.
got that free from BMG back then.
If they cut all the revenge songs off of Alive 3, it'd be a lot better.
Hey, I
I
like
agree.
a lot of original. What was that
They cut
song?
God, yeah, God gave rock and roll to you. It was like,
Get I Just Wanna off that album. Get
Isn't
Take It
that the
Off
song
that
that
album.
like took away, like copied one song? I put that on Freeform. I said,
Yeah.
yeah. I was listening to that and I kept hearing another song when I was listening to that. Oh my God, this is copying that song. Fuck this song.
The worst sin of Alive 3, in my opinion, is Unholy sounds awful. I hated the way they did it on that tour. That later, when they would do it on other tours, it sounded good. Like if you watch like the Rock the Nation DVD, Unholy sounds great.
Yeah.
But on Alive 3, Unholy just sounds neutered.
I love how they started off on a live 3 with Creatures of the Night with the drums
Yeah.
just fucking thundering in.
Jerry
And they
picked that
brought
track
back a lot
one.
of they brought back a lot of 70s songs. And there's Deuces on there, Watching
Mhm.
You's on there. They brought some back some really good 70s
Forever's
songs.
on there.
I actually
Who
don't
did
hate that
Alive
song.
3?
All right.
Who did Alive 3? Mark?
No one. Mark
Yes.
did Live 1, so we were just
No,
talking
I
about
did a
That's
live.
my
I
favorite.
didn't do a
Alive.
We did a
live.
Live
three.
1.
I did a live one.
So we were just talking about other Kiss Live albums.
Okay.
We went down a rabbit hole.
We did.
All right. I just wanted to say before, I've said this before, but I'm going back to Stadium Arcadium. Stadium Arcadium is the adult version of Blood Sugar Sex Magic.
Yes.
It is.
That's
I like that
exactly
album.
what it is. And
But Danny California is like a
Great
total
song.
ripoff of Tom Petty and Heartbreakers.
Great
all right,
song
that's
though.
fine.
But you know what Tom Petty
that's
said
what I
about
like
you know what
for.
Tom Petty said about that? They said, "Why didn't you sue them for copying you?" Because we all copy everybody.
Mhm.
So there you go.
We all do.
We all do.
All right. My next pick technically is a double album. You don't really think of it as a double album, but it really is. Metallica's "And Justice for All," man. It's a double album. I think it's a great album. I know people don't like "To Live Is to Die" or something like that.
I love Us to Live Is to Die.
I do too. I think it's a great fucking tribute. I think
There's three songs on that album I don't like.
we reviewed it. I think did we not? Was it Freeform or was it one of our or did we do an album battle with it? I can't remember. We did something with "Injustice for All." I can't remember. But yeah, I mean the songs are long. Of course, that's probably why it's a double album. But I think it's a pretty solid album, man. I mean,
No bass.
now, of course, there's no bass, but I think the drums. I think Lars' drums sounded good before he started.
Yeah,
hitting
but
the old,
there's no bass to go along with it. So
yeah, I wish they'd do something.
I even the drums sound a little too thin on that album.
although they have issued a remaster of it with the bass,
Yeah.
and it sounds a lot.
Oh, I mean, Lars' drums.
Well, no, their official remaster still has no bass on it. They've
I know,
refused to
that-
add
I
bass
heard-
back in.
I know.
There's some
I
fan
got it.
remixes. There's some fan remixes.
Lars
of bass,
is-
but even like the one in the box that still has no bass.
Yeah, Lars' drum sound on the Black Album was one of the best drum sounds of all time. But then after that, what's he do? He fucking does the tin can on fucking Saint Anger.
Well, even one of the things
The most important drum a drummer has is the snare drum, and he turns it off.
Well, I don't think his snare sounded that great on "And Justice for All." I think it sounded too tinny on that album. I think they mastered it on the Black Album. One of the things I'll give Load and Reload, I think the drums sounded good on that still.
Too bad the songs didn't.
Correct.
True. All right, that's my number 10. So, Joe, go ahead, man. I got you right back.
So one of the things I didn't say is the way I figured out what's a double album was whatever format it was originally released on.
Right.
So, like I said, with some albums that when they put them out on CDs, they're on single CDs, but they were originally double albums. I did the same thing. If it was predominantly released on CD as a single album and then released on vinyl as a double album, I don't count it. It's a single album. Like Queensryche Operation Mindcrime, for example. That was a single album that when they put it on vinyl had to take a double.
Mhm.
That's a single album in my opinion. But my next pick for a studio album is one that really started the process of breaking up this band, but I still think it's phenomenal.
Oh, we lost Joseph.
Yeah, he'll come back in a minute.
He'll come back in a minute. So we just go blah blah blah.
Come
blah,
back,
blah,
Joe. Come
Come
back.
back, Joe.
Oh, I'm here. Hello.
Okay.
Hi.
Bros.
Hi.
So my number 9 studio album is Emerson, Lake and Palmer Works Volume 1. This is the album that started the process of breaking up this band, to the point where they did an Ummagumma, except on an even bigger scale. On Ummagumma, each member of Pink Floyd got their own song, each member of Emerson, Lake and Palmer got their own side of vinyl on this. Side one, Keith Emerson wrote a classical piano concerto, which I think is fucking amazing. I think it's a phenomenally orchestrated piece of music. Side two, Greg Lake wrote a lot of sappy ballads, which most of them are good. But C'est La Vie is probably the most popular one, but there's some good stuff on there. Carl Palmer's side is really cool. It's a lot of really great, cool, like progressive percussion songs. The Enemy God Dances with the Black Spirits, and they redid Tank as well. And then on side four is 2 tracks of the whole band together, which was their version of Fanfare for the Common Man and Pirates, which are just 2 great tracks. So that's my number 9 studio album is Emerson, Lake and Palmer Works Volume 1. And my number 9 live album, I'm going to get shit for not putting this higher. Allman Brothers Band, live at Fillmore East.
There you go.
Just probably one of the greatest jam albums of all time. I mean, most of the songs on this are just extended blues rock,
that is
southern rock
list.
jams. Of course, Whipping Post being the kind of culmination of the album. In memory of Elizabeth Reed, Hot Lana, You Don't Love Me, Statesboro Blues, just some really great tracks on here. Allman Brothers at Fillmore East.
You know, when I went to the big house, which is what they call the Allman Brothers house now, there in Macon, Georgia, you can take a picture in the back of the house with all those things back there.
Yeah.
And I'll share a picture because I'm like on one of the cases in the backyard. And it's so odd that we're talking about that because here's the little pamphlet for the big house because I've been cleaning around here. And it tells you the story of how it became, the Allman Brothers house. All right. My next one's going to be a live album. I'm going to go see this guy next month. God bless him. He's 91. But he's not going up there, not knowing what he's doing. He's still playing very well. And this is one of my first albums by him. And since then, my collection by him has just grown. But this was done in 1978. Willie and the Family live. Just double albums. Just so badass. It starts off with Whiskey River, Stay a Little Longer, Funny How Time Slips Away, Crazy, which we all know he wrote. Nightlife. It's not the good life, but it's my life. God, I love that line. He's such a great writer. Mamas Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys. And it goes on and on. It's a great double. On side 4, Johnny Paycheck comes out and, does their version of Take This Job and Shove It.
I love that song.
In the 80s.
Take
such a big hit.
And shove it. I ain't working here no more.
Yeah. So Willie and the Family.
I forgot about that song, Andy.
Oh, that's a great song, man.
I forgot about that Johnny.
It was such a big hit when I was a kid.
I forgot about that song.
81.
Yeah, and yet though you're still working there.
I'm still working 25 years almost at Disney. So yeah.
Yeah, I've been at 26 at mine right now. And
damn.
For me right now, every day is getting better.
Where do you work again?
I work at Kroger's.
Oh, okay, Kroger's. You ain't CVS is closing out a lot of shit and writing.
Oh yeah, that shit's been closing all around us.
Yeah, good.
People complain about them all the time when they come to my pharmacy. So yeah, man, I've been at the same store, same pharmacy for 26 years. I've seen people come and go. It's great, man. I really enjoy my job. I enjoy the people I work with.
That's what you gotta do. You have to enjoy your job, man.
Yeah,
you do.
Yeah, I do.
Jerry did not.
All right. My number 9 is I'm going to have to call an audible because I did not know about the greatest hits things, even though we mentioned this in the greatest hits episode we did, and I believe Joe mentioned them. And so it's going to be the Bee Gees.
Oh.
But I'm going to switch it to Foghat Live.
Nice.
Cool. All right, Mark.
Well, Mark's going to take, I'm glad nobody's ever said this yet. Ted Nugent, double live Gonzo. If you don't think that's one of the greatest live albums of all time, you guys need to get your head checked. Fuck politics. Just listen to the fucking music because that album fucking rules.
It's
we did the review
it's on my
Freeform
honorable mentions.
Rock Podcast. Double Live Gonzo, man.
Cool. All right, I think Joe mentioned this one earlier. ELO's Out of the Blue, man, was my next pick. I love that album. Just loaded with radio-friendly hits. Turn to Stone, Sweet Talking Woman, Mr. Blue Sky. What else is on that? Wild West Hero.
It's a great album, man.
Cross the Border. Yeah, I mean, it's just a classic fucking album, in my opinion. Dude. I love the ELO, man. Were they a perfect band? I wouldn't say they were perfect, but they were different. They were very experimental.
Their early few albums and their last few albums have some great songs on them, but they're not as full albums, in my opinion.
Exactly, but I think Jeff Lynne released Jeff Lynne's ELO album a couple years ago, and I remember I bought it at a record store, and I'm like, something just didn't sound right about it. Just sounded way. I think it sounded weird because their stuff is very produced, but that album sounded way produced and fake. Like Jeff Lynne was using auto tune a lot and shit like that. It just didn't sound good. But Out of the Blue, getting back to that album, what a fucking classic that is, man! Just loaded with great songs. So that's my next pick.
was like most bands. When they were hot, they were fucking hot.
Fuck yeah!
And I think I saw them on the last tour, not this last tour I was going to, but something happened where I couldn't. But they sounded. I mean, he had a great band around. He sounded great. So I'm glad they went out. You know, a friend of mine saw him on the last tour, so and he said he still sounded great. So he's going out on top, which I like seeing people do, rather than seeing Frankie Valli walking on stage like this. It's sad, actually.
Frankie Valli live on stage unironically looks like the guy from Pentagram.
Exactly.
Doesn't he sing on tapes now, Frankie Valli?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame to watch that.
He was so fantastic in the 50s and 60s and 70s.
I mean, the Grease theme, man. The Grease theme. Come on.
Yeah.
And he was in The Sopranos. I mean, you can't beat that.
Yeah.
I never saw The Sopranos.
Jersey Boys is about him.
Yeah. I like Frankie Avalon better.
Beauty School Dropout. Oh,
you gotta be joking, right?
Yeah, that's Frankie Avalon. Yeah.
Is that Frankie Avalon? Okay.
Yeah, Frankie Avalon, he was in fucking the Stoned Age, the Frankie Avalon house.
All right. And that note, Andy, what do you got?
You skipped me.
Joe, what do you got?
So my number 8 studio album is a review that I was supposed to be on, but I wasn't able to make it that day for Freeform. But it is a phenomenal album nonetheless, and that is Elton John's Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Just a phenomenal album. Has most of his biggest hits on it. Benny and the Jets, Candle in the Wind, the song Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Opens up with Funeral for a Friend, which is my second favorite Elton John song of all time. Just all around classic album. And then my number 8 studio live album is a double live album released when I believe that this artist was at the peak of his creative powers. And that is David Bowie with Stage, which was recorded during the Berlin era.
I never heard that live album.
I believe this was on the Heroes tour.
You check that shit out. I love Bowie.
Released in 78. Has all the great stuff from, a lot of it's Station to Station, Low, and Heroes. Has a bunch of stuff from Ziggy Stardust on it as well. But really, really phenomenal. He had a great band with him. I believe this is when Adrian Belew was in the band. Just a really, really great, a great lineup of musicians and a really great live album. David Bowie, Stage.
All right, Andy.
Andy's frozen. Oh no, he's not.
Did you say Frankie Avalon over Frankie Valli?
He's still on it. He's still on it.
Because he was in the movie The Stoned Age, one of my favorite stoner movies of all time.
Classic.
I am just appalled.
It's near the Frankie Avalon house, and he comes up and drives up. He says, "Hey, do you know where these hot chicks are? I heard they're near the Frankie Avalon house."
I did like Back to the Beach. Remember that movie?
Annette Felicetti? She was hot.
Okay, I I'm writing everybody's down, so give me just a moment. I have to write down Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. I couldn't write it down because I was frozen. And Bowie Stages. Okay.
This show rules.
It's pretty cool because I think this is the first thing that I shared with Jerry. I had the album and the CD came free. So I sent it to Jerry because I had a double of it. And this is a great double live album. I saw this band once. I don't know how they got glass into the arena because everything was plastic bottles, but hey, whatever. But no effects. They've actually gotten worse live is the name of the album.
Wow.
It's a fantastic album. Of course, with no effects, a double live album, you know that there's like 40 songs on here. So it's a really good listen. I heard it the other day. Like a couple of months ago, actually. And I'm still a big fan of it. So no effects. They've actually gotten worse live. So it's a good album. I enjoy it.
All right, Tim, what do you got?
All right. For my number 8, I got another one of those bands. I don't know what the classification is, if they're rock, metal, alternative, even punk sometimes, I guess. But another one that I'm not a huge fan of this band, but they came together for this album. And then they went to shit afterwards, but for this album, they were on top. Smashing Pumpkins, Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness.
I love that album. I didn't pick it because I thought Andy would pick that album.
Absolutely one of my favorite albums of all time, Tim. Absolutely love it.
There's not many guarantees in life, but I'll guarantee you one thing that will not be on my list.
Oh, I know that. That's a guarantee.
But I never knew what to classify them. Like,
I classify them.
They're just the rock band of the 90s.
Yep.
Hey, go listen to his new episode. He's got Robbie Krieger of the Doors on it. Joseph,
does he really?
That. He's got Robbie Krieger.
And he's even a worse wrestling promoter.
Yeah.
Right.
Joseph don't like the Doors, so don't listen to that.
Joseph does not like the Doors.
Robbie
Joseph
Krieger
does not like the Smashing Pumpkins either. So
I gotta give him
that's a real
credit
recipe for disaster
they
right
were
there.
due on credit on this album.
All right. Mark.
Great pick, Tim.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to pick the Rolling Stones' Exile on Main Street. What a great double album. You must have picked that, right?
That's my next pick, too. So let's talk about it together.
Great fucking album. You know what, Jared? I'm going to let you talk about the synopsis of that album because I'm going to go get more alcohol.
Well, I mean, nothing wrong. Everybody knows the synopsis of it. I'm talking about the music of it. It's got my favorite song by them, Tumbling Dice. I love that fucking song, dude. It's
my favorite song as well.
Exactly.
Stop Breaking Down is a great fucking song.
I'll be right back.
I mean, what else is on there? I just want to see his face. Well, what was the fucking Robert Johnson? I was Stop Breaking Down, right? The Robert Johnson cover.
I don't know which one was a Robert Johnson cover, but that's
I think Robert Johnson wrote the song. I don't know if it was a cover or not, but yeah, just a fantastic album, dude. I think it's my favorite Stones album actually, because it got my favorite Stones on it. So Casino Boogie. Hold on, let me get this up real quick.
My favorite Stones track is without a doubt Almost Hear You Sigh.
Let's see here.
I love that song.
All right. I'll fucking start that with Rocks Off, man. Great fucking tune, dude. Sweet Virginia. Holy shit. That's another great song, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Ventilator Blues.
Yeah, that's one of those late night albums that you play late at night. It's a badass album.
Let me see what else is on. Oh, Shine a Light. The fucking great song, dude. I mean, it's just loaded with great fucking songs. So we all know about that album. So let's go number 7, Joseph.
All righty. So my number 7 is an album that I've really grown to love over the past couple of years, and really love this era of this band. I saw them live last year at a really, really great show, and that is the debut from Chicago, the Chicago Transit Authority. Phenomenal debut album. I mean, so many great songs on this. Introduction, Does Anyone Really Know What Time It Is? Beginnings, Questions 67 and 78. That right there is just what a side one from an album is those 4 songs. And then listen, South California Purples, I'm a Man,
Oh, it's like
Liberation, just absolutely phenomenal album. I mean, you really could have picked any of those first few Chicago albums that are double albums. All winners, in my opinion, but my favorite is probably the first album.
I think Chicago 3 is one of the worst, though. The second side. The second side.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I found it interesting that you picked that, considering something that I saw earlier. But
really,
anyway,
well, what did you see earlier?
My number 7 live album is one that I truly love, that captures the end of an era for this band, and that is Journey, Captured.
I forgot about that. I got
the
that
last tour with Greg Raleigh. Just a phenomenal lineup.
The Party's Over, the studio track on there.
The Party's Over closes the album out, but just so many of those great songs from Infinity and Evolution and Departure, opening up with Where Were You, Just the Same Way, great. Line of Fire, Feeling That Way in Any Time,
Just the Same Way.
Just the Same Way is just such a, that might be one of my favorite Journey songs of all time, but just this live album is so amazing. Journey, Captured is my number 7 double live album.
Did Raleigh know he was leaving at the time when that album was made?
I mean, it was released in 81, so he might have already been out of the band.
Because, I mean, The Party's Over is your last song.
I don't even know if he played on that song.
All right, Andy.
All right. We all know how much I love Neil Young. That is not a...
Do I?
That is not... That's not a surprise. Really? But maybe this album is. Noise and Flowers by Neil Young. It's a great double album. It's with Promise of the Real.
I thought you were going to go different with that, but...
this one was released about 4 years ago. It's got Mr. Soul, Everybody Knows There's Nowhere, Helpless, Field of Opportunity, Alabama, then Throw Your Hatred Down, which is off the album with Pearl Jam, a 10-minute Rockin' in the Free World, Comes a Time, From Hank to Hendrix, which is off of Harvest Moon, and the title track of On the Beach, Are You Ready for the Country, I've Been Waiting for You, which is off their first album. This has the great non-album track, Winter Long, which the Pixies do a great cover of. And then they ended with Fucking Up. I know that I can go with Live Russ, but everybody talks about Live Russ.
Mm-hmm.
But dude,
I love Live Russ.
This is so good. This is just, updated songs that not that many people are familiar with. But with me being a Neil Young audiophile guy, this was so important when this came out. Absolutely love it. And never do I even save hype stickers, but this one I did keep the hype sticker, recorded live in Europe, June 2019. So if y'all ever get a chance to stream this or find it or hear it somehow, and if you're a Neil Young fan, it is well worth it.
Neil Young is a fucking badass. Just gotta
well worth it.
Yeah.
Tim.
All right. My number 7 is from a band that I absolutely fucking love. They're not my favorite band that's out nowadays, but Jesus, they're right up fucking there. They're like second or third. And this band has some of the best fucking musicians you're ever going to find, individual musicians in their instruments. Then they come together and they're just fucking phenomenal. They're from Jersey, and they just got their fucking original drummer back.
Say it.
6 Degrees of Turbulence.
Yes. Great fucking album. Mark Dolly loves you right now.
He's not the only one.
Oh. I forgot about those double Dream Theater albums, so I'm fucked.
There's only 2 of them.
Yeah, they're great.
One of them really sucks.
Really? Well, I like that 6 Degrees of Turbulence, though.
The other one was The Astonishing Mark.
Oh, yeah, that one really sucked.
Mark.
Mark will go with Jerry. I know you're going to pick Pink Floyd The Wall, so I went different. I want Pink Floyd. Is there anybody out there live? 1981. I love live albums, and that is one of the best live albums I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Fucking great. I own it on CD. They don't have it on vinyl, do they?
No.
They
They
need
have
to
not
release.
they have never re-released it. They released it once. You
Ah.
can't stream it anywhere.
Really?
They need to re-release that on fucking vinyl because I'd be first day buyer of that shit.
I am not familiar with that at all.
Is there
It was-
anybody
it was
out
the
there
The one with
live?
the four
concert.
faces on the front, right?
Right,
So
yeah.
yeah, the Four Faces is so fucking great. I got it on CD. I bought that the first day it came out. I fucking love it. The songs on there are comfortably numb. The live version, oh my god. Oh my god.
Well,
Oh
is
my
that
god.
the one on that tour, on the wall tour?
Yes, it was the
Mhm,
wall
yes.
tour. So fucking great. Is it
But it wasn't
anybody out there
it wasn't released until like 2001.
so
Okay,
good.
I remember the album cover. I guess I just never paid it no mind. And like y'all said, I can't, it's hard to find.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a great fucking album.
Is
If we
it?
ever review it on Freeform, I will send you the copies so you guys can hear it. I love it. Dropbox, great
Okay,
fucking
now you
live
just-
album.
Can you just send it to me anyway?
I will send it to you. You have Dropbox, Andy?
No.
You can
Well,
just
I'll just give you
upload
the
it on
link and
Google
you can
Drive.
download it. I'll give you the link. There it is right there.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that cover, but I'm not familiar with the album.
It's a great
Awesome.
fucking live album, dude. It's one of the best
Yeah,
live albums.
Gary had to go get it because it's in his
I
lockbox.
I like Pompeii, even though I don't like
This
the
is my
studio
Dropbox
tracks,
right here.
but I will figure out how to get it to you, Andy.
All right,
But-
Mark, me. That's me, right?
It's
All
you,
right.
me,
That's
blah
you.
blah.
Joseph picked it last. I love Journey Captured, man. Absolutely fantastic live fucking album, dude. I love Greg Raleigh. Always been a fan of him. But if I had to take a pick, this probably wouldn't have been a double album. It would have been a triple album. But anything to do with Greg Raleigh, I would have to pick this one over Captured, though. Sorry. This is fucking awesome.
Oh, I love that album
Mhm.
too. Greg Raleigh isn't too happy about that album. though.
No, he's not. But this is probably like 4 albums. There's a lot of fucking songs on it. But yeah, Captured was amazing. One of the first live albums I ever owned, actually, man. I think it's really fucking far out and groovy. All right, so 6, Joseph.
All right, number 6. This is a band that I have talked about nonstop for the last couple years. One of my favorite albums from them that just has this really great atmosphere to it. That I think the way I described this album to Mark before was if Pink Floyd, U2, and I can't remember who else I said. I think it might have been Radiohead, had a baby and made an album. Marillion's Marbles.
Well, if
Just-
people had a
You
baby,
sent
that
me
would be
some
different.
brilliant tracks, and they're really good. I need to do a
They are.
breakdown of the band.
I'll make you a playlist like I did for King Crimson, Mark.
King Crimson was amazing. I still need to get some shit by them.
I'll have to make you a playlist for Marillion, but this
Yeah.
album is just absolutely amazing. It is the atmosphere this album has, the musicianship on this album. It is just amazing. There's some epic tracks on here, really long songs. There's some great short poppier songs on here. I mean, this was the point where Marillion kind of like moved past just being a progressive rock band and just became their own kind of thing. And I think when Andy and Al and Jimmy James Schwartz and I did our favorite albums of 2004 on Black Spinner Circle, this is pretty high on my list for 2004. But one of my favorite studio albums from Marillion, Marbles, great album. And then my 6th favorite double live album is REO Speedwagon, You Get What You Play For. Just the culmination of a great era of REO Speedwagon live on the
Joseph, thank you for picking that album.
live
You know
on
how much I love that album.
I know you do. Live on the Cow tour. Just a bunch of great stuff from those first couple REO Speedwagon albums before they blew up with You Can Do the Piano. But just opens up with Like You Do, Any Kind of Love, Keep Pushing, Only a Summer Love, Son of a Poor Man, I Believe Our Time's Gonna Come, Riding the Storm Out, 157 Riverside Avenue, Flying Turkey Trot. Just amazing live performance from REO Speedwagon. If you think REO Speedwagon is some silly pop band, listen to this album. Like, this is the album you want to listen to right here because they were on fire on this album.
All those bands in that era, like
No,
Styx
but I
and
think
Journey, their
became a
early
silly
stuff.
pop.
Oh, they
Styx
did,
and Journey,
100%.
For instance, man, before they got popular, man, their shit was on fire.
Like
man.
You Do. God damn, what a great song.
Styx's first 4 albums I thought were awesome. Journey's first 3 albums without Perry were awesome. REO's albums were awesome.
I
even like the singer.
I like the first Journey albums because of you,
Who was the singer? Original REO? I can't remember his name at the moment.
Terry Luttrell.
I don't like him at all.
I love that first album. I love that first album.
REO 2 is my favorite early REO album. I'm sorry. Golden Country rules.
All right, Andy.
Yeah, I do want to say that the first time Joseph introduced Morelia Marbles, I did dive into it, and it's really good. I just, don't know enough to really, because it's such a good album. It really does need more attention by me. I think this is going to be my last live album. I think I did 50-50. Yeah, I think so. This band had 2 double live albums in their, well, not in their career, but they released them like almost 2 or 3 years apart. I pictured the first one. The second one was a little poppy with a keyboardist, but the first Grand Funk Live album, holy shit, hard rock to the max, man. Just those 3 dudes just going at it, pounding it out. Drums, bass, guitar, vocals, just their whole persona was given to you here on this album. And then they came out with another live album. It was a little bit more poppier because they had really hit it big with a couple of poppier songs, and that's when they had conquered America. And so, they were too flashy, but it was still okay, but nothing like this. So live album by Grand Funk.
All right, Tim.
All right, my number 6, I'm going to call another audible because Mark took mine. It was going to be Kiss Alive, but this band hasn't been mentioned yet, so I'm going to mention. I love this band. I wish they'd actually fucking do something else, but the drummer had a little bit of a quirk when he made comment that he was as good as John Bonham. Yeah, I don't know about that one, but I got to go with System of a Down. Mesmerize, Hypnotize.
Nice.
Great.
I like John
Short and
Dolan.
sweet.
John Dolan is a good drummer, though.
Yeah,
all right, Mark.
He's not John Bonham.
Yeah.
No, but the Dolan, he's the drummer of System, right? Great drummer, man. I love him. But he ain't as good as John Bonham. Sorry. Jason Bonham is not as good as John Bonham. I'm just saying that. But
go, Mark.
I'm gonna pick nobody's picked this album yet. And I don't have to do I am somebody did pick this album. Somebody did pick Allman Brothers Live at the Fillmore East. I'm gonna take one of my other albums that I had on here that nobody's picked. Led Zeppelin. The song remains the same.
Well, since that's my next pick too. I'm just kidding. It's not.
What a great the version of Days of Confused. My God, rules.
The fastest half hour ever.
That is the best jam band.
Yep.
Fuck you, Grateful Dead. You don't do. I think.
What did they ever do to you, Mark?
Damn.
Led Zeppelin is the best jam band of all time. That's that's just my thing. Everybody puts the Grateful Dead as the best jam.
I think Allman Brothers are a better jam band than Grateful Dead.
Yeah, the Allman Brothers are way better jam band than the fucking Allman Brothers too, man. But fuck, that was I had the Allman Brothers Live at Phil Maurice, but it's already been picked, so I'm putting Led Zeppelin fucking you know what I just said.
Yeah.
All right. So where are we on number 6?
Yep.
My number 6 is my favorite album from this band. It has two of my favorite songs by two of the main singers. Talk about Fleetwood Mac's Tusk.
Great album. I almost picked that, but I knew you were gonna pick that, Sherry.
Great
On my
fucking album,
honorables.
dude. Over and Over is Christine's best song, in my opinion. And then Stevie has Sarah on this one. Just fucking two great songs. And it's so much dark. Well, Rumors was happily dark, but this one was like more darker, in my opinion. The production, you can say, wasn't as great as Rumors, but I liked it the way it was, man. Um, it was pretty much Lindsay's baby, that whole album, production, this and that. At the time, I think it was the most expensive album ever done, I think, if I remember right, at that time.
Which I'm sure made the record company appreciate them.
Yeah, but it's just it's amazing that what happened to them as far as their personality didn't like each other, because they were great fucking music together, man. Just a shame. This album just showcases all three of their talents. And there's just a meme going around that says Taylor Swift writes all these songs about her boyfriends, this and that, but Stevie Nicks writes songs that makes her ex-boyfriend
and makes him sing it.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
But Lindsey Buckingham brought all those songs to fucking life. People don't realize that.
And he did the same thing to her too.
Yeah. He
Pretty
made
much,
her a
yeah.
star, man.
True. But that's a phenomenal album, dude. I never get tired of it. I love just about every song. I just thanks for all
I mean, that
everyone.
band was just one big incestuous relationship. I mean,
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, yeah. And I enjoy, and it's hard to believe that their first album together was like their 7th or 8th album, I think.
Yeah.
Man. People don't realize how great that Peter Green and Bob Welch and all those guitar players were with them before. I thought they were really good. So again, another band that was really good before they made it big. Fleetwood Mac, absolutely. All right. Number 5, Joseph.
All right. So in 2002, this band that I really like released a double album, and it accomplished two big things. One, the first track on the album started a suite of songs on their following albums that chronicled one of the band members' recovery from alcoholism. And the second disc, the band wrote a 42-minute long song in 7 parts about mental disorders. And that, as Tim has already graciously pointed out, is Dream Theater's 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence.
Great album.
Phenomenal freaking album. Opening up with The Glass Prison, which was the first of Mike Portnoy's 12-step suite. Blind Faith, Misunderstood, and The Great Debate. And then wrapping up disc 1 with Disappear. On its own, disc 1 is a phenomenal album. And then you add in disc 2 with 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence, that whole saga with... When you put that disc in, it starts with an orchestral overture, and you're like, is this the wrong CD? What's going on here? And then it just opens up into this epic suite of songs that is just phenomenal. And then you go to the, where's that? Throwing things around here. This concert, where they perform the whole thing with an orchestra, and it's absolutely phenomenal. So you just bring this to even more life here on their 20th anniversary tour. But 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence, phenomenal album. And then my number 5 live album, fuck Live Evil. It can go rot and die for all I care. This is where it's at.
Hell yeah.
This is where it's at. Right here.
It's exactly
Live Evil can go eat a bag of dicks for all I care. I hate the way Ronnie sings the Ozzy songs. The live versions of the Ronnie songs aren't a pimple on the ass of the studio versions. Ozzy took his Sabbath songs and breathed new life into them, provided different versions of these songs with a phenomenal backing band of Brad Gillis, Rudy Sarzo, and Tommy Aldridge. A phenomenal lineup of musicians. I've seen all 3 of them with different bands. I've seen all 4 musicians on this album, but none of them together.
Right, I have too. Yeah.
And that's it's very rare that I can say that about an album 40 couple years old, that I've seen all 4 musicians on it live in concert with 4 different bands. But just a phenomenal album. It's a kind of like a greatest hits of Ozzy's era of Sabbath, opening up with Symptom of the Universe, Snowblind, Black Sabbath, Fairies Wear Boots, War Pigs, The Wizard, NIB, Sweet Leaf, Never Say Die, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, Iron Man, Children of the Grave, and Paranoid. That right there is practically a greatest hits album of Ozzy era Sabbath. And they're performed in really great, unique live versions that prove that Ozzy still had a great voice in the early 80s. Yeah. If you don't think so from those first two Ozzy solo albums or even Bark at the Moon, this right here, plus has a really badass cover. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So my favorite Ozzy album is still God damn, No More Tears. I'm sorry. I love that album.
Oh, my favorite studio album is No More Tears, but my favorite
there's some great stuff on there.
I love No More Tears. My favorite, and No Rest for the Wicked. My
favorite. I love No Rest for the Wicked. No Rest for the Wicked.
My favorite studio albums are with Zach. I'm sorry.
There's like I'm half and half on No More Tears.
I love No More Tears.
Me too. But on that, Speak of the Devil, he makes the song sound new.
Yeah.
Yep. And rejuvenated. The band playing it a step higher. Not as gloomy, not as doomy, but a little bit more sharper.
Oh, I also think that bringing Gillis on had a new guitar player was a new perspective for old songs.
Yeah.
Brought new life into it too.
Ozzy pretty much let his guitar players,
do what they want.
Loose.
And if you only know
maybe
Brad
not
Gillis
Jake too much.
If you only know Brad Gillis from Night Ranger, listen to this album, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Please listen to this album.
But he's really
I think he is, but like Jerry said in the past, I think that Jeff Watson shines a little bit more in Night Ranger. I think that this album is really where Brad Gillis shines.
In all fairness, Jeff Watson,
phenomenal guitar player.
Jeff Watson's a great guitarist, but he was also a great performer. He's great on stage. He had a really good stage presence. Brad, just jams and plays the guitar. He does it well, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. When I saw Night Ranger on the Midnight Man story, I was always impressed with Jeff Watson's solo on that.
Yeah, Gillis kind of sat off to the side, and he didn't really.
Yeah, he was pretty screwed over, but for another show.
I mean, he shredded. Don't get me wrong, but it was like, most guitarists are like, "Hey, look at me."
He just gets way I'm a friend with him on Facebook, but man, sometimes I want to unfriend him because it's like everything is politics with this dude now, man.
He kind of reminded me of Tony Iommi in that he just kind of stands there. He may take a step back or two, but that's about it. He doesn't really, but shreds unbelievable.
All right, Andy.
These guys, funny guys. Funny guys. I love being on the show because a couple of you guys are so funny.
I consider myself fucking hilarious.
There it is.
Trilogy.
Chicago 3.
That's what I saw earlier.
This is the one that I like the most. Absolutely no hit songs, no singles.
Free was a hit.
Yeah, but it wasn't as big as the others.
No,
not at all. But this was just straight up music. They just had a certain thing in mind that they were going to do, and I absolutely fell in love with this album. Of course, 1 and 2 are fantastic too. And will I pick 1 or 2 before this one? Maybe another time. But lately, I've been digging 3 lately, so that's why I picked this one out this time around. I absolutely love the album cover too.
That is why I laughed at Mark earlier, because I saw when you picked your stack of records up, I saw that. You? Yes. I saw you had Chicago 3 pulled out. I'm like, oh, Mark. Oh, Mark.
That's fine.
I like Chicago 3, but it's not better than Chicago 1 and 2.
Oh, well, like I said, to me, sometimes it is.
Like today. Today it is.
Yeah, right now it is. And maybe tomorrow it'll still be 3.
All right. Tim.
This band is one of my all-time favorite bands. What can I say? I can't say enough good things about this band. I really can't. I know we had a thing against greatest hits, and this isn't a greatest hits, quote unquote, because it isn't called greatest hits, but it is sort of. And I'm just going to put it up here, and y'all can see it.
Chronicles.
That's all I got to say.
That was a great.
Mark will take it because it's Rush. Mark will take it because it's Rush.
No, I want to put that up there. I got another Rush album that I'm going to talk about.
All right, we'll talk about it then. It's your turn.
Well, I ain't
It's
talking about
phenomenal.
that now. I'm going to pick Lynyrd Skynyrd, One More for the Road
A
Live.
good one.
Great fucking live album. Fucking
It's
Lynyrd
okay.
Skynyrd rules. If you don't like Southern rock, fuck off.
Oh wow.
That's a
This is
good
the
album.
Man,
one of the
I
best
guess I'm gonna
bands of
start
all
liking
time.
it.
Huh.
I better like it.
If you don't like Ronnie,
You better like it, you son of a bitch.
you better like it, you son of.
Get your ass, you
Because
son of a
it's
bitch.
amazing. It's one of the best live albums of all time.
You, sir, are correct.
But
Love
that
it.
is awesome. I
It's
absolutely
good.
love
It's good.
It's fucking one of the
Oh,
best
I
live
think
albums
that-
of all time.
that. I think it's great.
All right.
It's good.
All right. All right, me, right?
Yeah.
I think Joseph mentioned this one earlier too. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Elton John. Fantastic fucking album, dude. I even like the Jamaican Jerk Off, man. I was the only person I think I liked that song.
It's a good song.
Yeah,
that
you were the
review.
only one.
It's funny. It's funny. It's different, man. I mean, it was cool, man. So it's definitely Elton John's what do you call it, magnum opus, in my opinion. It's,
It's a great
I, don't,
album. Yeah.
I mean, I go back and forth between that and Madman
Chemistry.
Across the Water, but I think most of the time I got to go with Goodbye Olympic Road.
Those
Fantastic.
are easily my top two.
Yeah, without doubt. Even Saved by Zero was a really good album.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Uh,
okay.
You mean Too Low for Zero?
Too Low
Too
for
Low
Zero.
for
Saved
Zero.
by Zero. That's the fix, ain't it?
Saved by
Yeah,
Zero's the
Saved by
fix, yeah.
Zero.
Right. Yeah.
I'm
Like
gonna
I
get
always
Paul
say-
Corn on the fix episode.
I always say fucking
I saw
one of
that
the best one of the best marriages is fucking Elton John and Bernie Taupin, man.
Oh,
they made
definitely.
that together, man. One of the best 1-2 punch in music. All right, now we're down to number 4, Joseph.
And the lamb lies down.
I
Joseph,
knew you were going to pick that.
I did
knew you were gonna pick
pick that. I didn't pick it.
There
We
it
did
is.
a great review on that
We did.
on Freeform Rock Podcast. Go check that episode
A
out.
long review.
Very
Great
long
review.
review.
Jerry,
I
you
knew
were
you-
on there
I
till
still
the
don't.
end.
I still don't know what Mooger thinks of this album.
Right.
But
I think he loves it.
yeah. I mean, if you've heard the review, you know how important this album is to me. This album really opened my mind to a lot of different kinds of music because this album has a lot of different kinds of music on it. This album is an experience to me, as are all of the albums from here on my list. I are albums that I can just sit back and play, and it's an experience for me. And this album is very special to me. I'm really excited. I pre-ordered the new live album from Steve Hackett, where he plays a lot of songs from this. I pre-ordered it. It's coming out, I believe, next month. He plays about half of this album on the album, along with some of his solo stuff. But Genesis, Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, incredible album in my opinion. And then my number 4 live album, I said in our group chat earlier, there's only one artist that made it on both of my lists. And I think if you know me, you know exactly who that's going to be because he has a shit ton of double albums.
Yeah, Zappa.
Frank Zappa, Roxy, and Elsewhere. I was torn for my live list whether I would go with Roxy or Zappa in New York. I went with Roxy just because there's so much on this album that I just absolutely adore. Opening up Penguins in Bondage, Pygmy Twilight.
Penguins Bondage.
Then side 2 is one of my favorite sides of Zappa. Village of the Sun, Chinda's Arf, and Don't You Ever Wash That Thing is like a great like Zappa pop song, and then like 14 minutes of instrumental, which is just amazing. And then you got Cheapness, Son of Orange County, and More Trouble Every Day, and then the Bebop Tango on side 4 is just a phenomenal recording. I also have the DVD of this where they have the Roxy the movie. This is a very, if you know anything about Zappa, this is like a very infamous kind of era of Zappa, a phenomenal band with Chester Thompson on drums, Ruth Underwood, Napoleon Murphy Brock, George Duke. So some of the biggest names that were in Zappa's band were in his band at this time. And these gigs are legendary to the point where they actually released a box set of every night that they were at the Roxy in a box set because it was just so many great recordings. But Roxy and Elsewhere from Zappa, phenomenal album. And that is my 2 number 4s.
Andy.
I don't mean to crap on your parade, but I would have gone with New York for me.
I love it. Zappa New York is amazing as well.
I love that one. Maybe because I do really hear New York more than Roxy and Elsewhere. Even though I still love it, but I listen to New York more. There might be a Zappa down the road here. I don't know.
There might be another one coming up on my list. And I think it might be the same one as you, Andy.
I don't know. I don't think so. I might bet on it.
Yeah, might.
I just might. But it's time for Mark Alden Taylor to say ooh.
I don't like saying ooh. It's cool.
Todd Rundgren.
Ew.
With Todd. I knew this motherfucker was going to say ooh. I knew it.
I hate that guy.
I know you do, but Todd Rundgren with Todd, what a great double album. Dude, this album here is a crazy ride. It's a psychotic, crazy ride. From the time you put down that needle, you are just thrown into this wacky world. I mean, it's a world of just greatness. I absolutely love it. I was just talking to Jimmy James Schwartz about this yesterday.
I love Jimmy.
And we were just going on and on about this album. But, dude, he's got several double albums. I could have gone with another one. But this is the most out there. It takes in stuff so many different avenues you never thought you'd hear. And it's absolutely amazing. So Todd with Todd Rundgren. And this was the first album I bought by him. It was used. It was a quarter. I said, you know what? Let me give it a shot. It's just a quarter. And it led me down just absolutely.
The only good about him is like he said, fuck the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
He's an amazing artist.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not for everyone, but he's amazing.
Do you know what my favorite Todd Rundgren album is?
What?
He hasn't made?
No, Bad Out of Hell.
Exactly. Without him, there wouldn't be any fucking.
I love Bad Out of Hell.
Nobody wanted that. Nobody wanted that album. Nobody wanted that.
That's the only album I like.
That is easily my favorite Todd Rundgren.
I think that was
mine too.
That was the first freeform rock podcast.
His guitar work on that album is insane.
Oh, that. Let me tell you though, I love Bad Out of Hell, but that does not light a candle to what I just showed you.
I'll have to. I don't. Andy, I'll be honest with you. I don't know that album. I got to look into it. I do have to listen to that.
Guitar work on there just blows your mind.
I'll have to listen to it. I don't know much of his stuff.
Yeah, the guitar work on there, it's like
his guitar work on fucking Bad Out of Hell was amazing. So I can imagine.
Yeah, with him doing it his way, you know, it does something. That album does something to the senses. I was hearing it yesterday, and I was sharing my thoughts with Jimmy, and I was just amazed by it. My wife texted me and said, "Hey, Ken, are you running an errand before you come home?" Yeah, I sure can. So I can finish listening to this. Hell yeah, I sure can.
Jimmy rules. I love Jimmy James Schwartz.
He's a really, really nice
guy. I'm going to give a shout out to Ryan T. Russell. Wait till you guys hear a Freeform Rock podcast, the top 25 cheat trick.
I'm excited for that.
Episode. All right, Tim, go ahead, man.
All right. My number 4, we're in the top 5 now. So my number 4, I remember the first time I heard this album was at a friend's house named Brent. And he put this on, and it just blew my fucking mind. And I saw this guy later on, and he was phenomenal then. He opened for Aerosmith, Ted Nugent, Double Live Gonzo.
Right on. Yeah. Number 9.
Anybody wants to get mellow, you can turn around and get the fuck
out of here. You know, it sucks because the Eddie Trunk podcast puts that on his thing. I would have put that on Freeform as an opening for us, but Eddie Trunk took that. I can't take that now. So I get to fucking Jerry. I'm gonna beat you to this bitch.
I like ballads.
Led Zeppelin, Physical. Graffiti.
Oh, fuck me in the ass.
Did you forget that?
He's gonna have it higher than me, but my number 4 is Physical Graffiti by Led Zeppelin. What a fucking great album. I think I picked 2 Led Zeppelin albums on this fucking.
Well, I can't.
Yeah,
I
you
know
did.
you did.
I picked The Song Remains the Same, and I'm picking Physical Graffiti, dude.
That were released back to back.
Yeah, fucking love the best live album by fucking. That's my favorite Led Zeppelin album. Of course, it's going to be number 4. It's not going to be number 1 because my number 1, you guys can guess that. But
That's different.
Physical Graffiti.
All right, my number 4 is The Wall by Pink Floyd, dude. Fucking
Yeah, I knew you were going to pick that.
what the fuck can I say about that we don't already fucking know? I mean, we talked about that album millions of times.
I thought it was going to be
Classic.
higher up, to be honest with you.
Best concept album ever. I don't care what.
No,
Mark
no, no,
says.
no.
Here we go.
Yes.
No. That's Operation Mindcrime.
Operation
Hey, that's a
Mindcrime.
great. That's a great
my
one
number
too. Don't
2.
get me wrong, but
That's
no,
my
Says
number
it
2.
every time.
But I mean, we'll move on because we talked about that album till we're blue in the face. Joe, what do you got for number 3? No Zappa.
My other Frank Zappa pick. Shake Your Booty. Did you win your bet, Andy? Did you win your bet? Good. I'm glad. The more Frank Zappa albums that get discussed, the better.
I love that guy.
I mean, another one with a great side one opening up with I've Been in You, which was Frank Zappa. If you listen to some of his live albums, that was his response to Peter Frampton's I'm in You. And he basically he if you listen to his like Hammersmith show, he goes on a rant about how fucking stupid that is. I'm in you. I'm in you. No, I have been in you.
Frank Zappa's great.
Goes right into Flakes, which is his ode to the deadbeats of the late 70s.
You want to buy some Wendy's, Bob?
And then my absolute favorite song on the album, Broken Hearts Are for Assholes.
Broken Hearts for Assholes.
Ram it up your poop shoot.
Crisco.
Crisco. Fist fuck. Just an amazing album. Yo Mama, Wild Love, Bobby Brown Goes Down, of course.
Kind of stupid and ugly too.
The Shoot Your Booty Tango.
Yeah.
Just so much great musicalness. Like a lot of his albums at the time, this was recorded live, and then it was all the audience noise was taken out. But just so much great music on here. He was on a roll in the late 70s. Number 3 is Frank Zappa, Shake Your Booty. And my number 3 live album. Of course, I think it's great. It's amazing. I love this album so much, especially the special edition CD version that adds in more songs. Can you believe that Simple Man is not on this vinyl?
What?
Simple Man is not on this vinyl.
Yeah,
that's insane. But just so many great tracks on here, opening up with Working for MCA, Needle in the Spoon. Just what a band. What a band at this time period. The lineup of musicians and the talent here, and then you realize how much of that was lost.
At the height of their power, dude.
At the height of their power. 1 year after this album came out. Yeah. 1 year.
Great live album, man.
And then you cry. You hear Freebird, you hear that solo, and you cry.
You do.
Great topic on our 3 Shots Down podcast. If you haven't seen it yet, go back to that and give it a listen.
Yeah. That was a good episode. But then again, the Simple Man does not fit in with those batch of songs. Yeah. It doesn't.
It does on the CD version. I think is amazing because you add in Simple Man, you add in some other. I can't remember what else they add in, but I know Simple Man was one of the ones they added in. Which is Simple Man is my all-time favorite Leonard Skinner song.
Right? Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. It's a great song. You know, it makes me cry because of mom and son relationships, and of course, I think talking about Jimmy James Swartz earlier. I went over. I talked to him the other day and told him we were going to be doing this, and I showed him this album that I was going to put on there, and then he messaged me a week later and said, "I'm still listening to that album, Andy." And this was a wonderful band to have when the Allman Brothers had lost their way a little bit there in the late 70s. We lost Leonard Skinner. But the Marshall Tucker Band was right there.
Oh, I like that band.
Where We All Belong is the name of this album. Starts with one of my favorite tracks by them, Old Cowboy. Marshall Tucker Band is one of those bands, and I was telling Jimmy, they are a country rock jazz jam band. That's the only way to describe them.
Yeah.
They're just phenomenal in a point that they don't sound like anybody else. And of course, we lost the Caldwell brothers, who were the two main songwriters, guitar players, and singers. We lost them in the 80s, one to a car wreck and another one, unfortunately, to cocaine. But man, they're in the 70s. They album after album after album of just great music, amazing music. They don't get talked enough. They really don't. Marshall Tucker Band.
Can't you see?
And when I first heard that song, I always thought that was the Allman Brothers. I would tell people, "Oh yeah, that's the Allman Brothers." I was like, "Shit, it's not."
Another band that's in that same vein, like late 70s of the same era, that I think doesn't get mentioned nearly enough is the Outlaws.
Oh, the Outlaws rules. Green
Grass and High Tide.
Oh
Molly
my
Hatchet.
God, that song's
There Goes
rules.
Another Love Song.
Well, I thought Molly Hatchet sucked, actually. I wasn't.
Yeah,
I love
Molly
Molly. I
Hatchet
love
was
Molly
not
Hatchet.
as good.
I love
was
Molly
not-
Hatchet.
They're
I love
okay.
Blackfoot.
Blackfoot, Jim Dandy. Fuck yeah.
I do like Blackfoot more than Molly Hatchet. I thought Molly Hatchet was a little bit too generic rock.
I agree with you.
This was, rootsy. You can tell that those bands we were just mentioned really wore their hearts on their sleeves.
It's like Manowar sucks big time.
How did Manowar come on, Mark?
I just had to bring that shit up.
I was thinking the same thing.
I don't have enough alcohol for this, Mark. I don't have enough alcohol.
We go from Marshall Tucker to Man of War.
Because Manowar sucks. Ian Wadley, I love you, brother.
Well, we're not talking about the fucking elephant in the room about what you're wearing there, Mark. So,
Oingo boingo.
fucking suck.
Fuck
All right.
you.
Tim, what do you got? Oh, yeah, Tim.
My number 3 is from one of the greatest bands to ever exist. End of story. Led Zeppelin, Physical Graffiti.
Right on.
It's okay. It's decent.
Yeah, it's pretty fine.
All right, Mark, what do you got?
What I got? Tom
Yo, mama.
Petty and the Heartbreakers. Back at the Plantation Live. That has the fucking best live tracks with fucking Stevie Nicks singing on there, Insider. Great fucking
What a
live
fucking
album.
song that is. That's better than Stop Dragging My Heart Around. In my opinion, anyway.
Insider
That's
is
a
way
great
better than
fucking
Stop
song.
Dragging My Heart Around.
Yeah.
And fucking live, how they did Rebels, way
I
better
love it.
than the studio version.
Yeah.
Way better. All those songs on that fucking live album is just amazing. It's like Dave Stewart fucking what do you call? He cut their balls off on
I don't think
fucking Southern accents.
Oh no, he did his style basically.
He cut their balls off, and
I
then when
think
they
Southern
did
accents is unfit.
did those songs live, they were so much better.
I like
Yeah.
Southern
Gonna
accents.
put me out of a job.
Southern accents is better, but you listen to Rebels on Back at the Plantation, it's way
Right.
better.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
but-
Dave Stewart was hot back then. The Eurythmics were hot back then.
Yeah,
too,
I
He
like
was
the
fine.
Eurythmics, but he wasn't a good producer for Tom Petty. I'm just saying that.
Well, I'm not going to argue with you because you're the bigger Tom Petty fan than
Oh, I
am.
love Tom Petty. I'm a
Yeah.
huge Tom Petty and Heartbreakers Nut Swinger.
Yeah.
And I will say that the songs were docile when he produced it, but the live versions of Southern accents on Back at the Plantation were way fucking
Yeah.
better.
You know, if there was better production on Southern accents, it would have been a lot better. You're right.
Yes. So that's my number 3.
Turn 2.
All right. My number 3 is no matter what you think about this band now, this is one of the best fucking live albums ever. Kiss Alive, baby. Telling you, dude. It still sounds awesome today when I put
agree
it
with
on,
you, man.
It does.
I mean,
Fantastic.
if this just improved what a great live band is, listen to how their first three albums, and then they improved every song on Kiss Alive, man. This album just proved that they were made for the road, dude.
Made them.
Yeah.
That album
Pretty
made
much,
them.
yeah.
Yep.
That album totally made Kiss. I agree with that.
Absolute fucking stellar live album. Well, I don't know how much of it's actual live, but some of it is. But
It doesn't matter. It's
true.
badass.
I mean, it's more live than alive too, that's for sure. But
Yeah, I
We'll say
agree
that
with that.
for
That's why I
it
picked
is.
Alive.
all right, number 2, Joseph. Short and sweet, huh?
Thunder.
No more words on that.
I'm about to get booted off this podcast because I'm definitely stealing Mark's thunder on this one.
Oh, that might be coming up.
Might be.
Might be coming
This
up.
this is one of, double or not, this is one of my absolute favorite live albums of all time. Almost every song is improved on this version. I mean, getting to hear the songs from Moving Pictures, Xanadu on here is godly.
Mhm.
La Via Stringado on here is amazing. Free Will on here is amazing. The Trees on here is amazing.
Fuck
Jacob's
that song.
Ladder, a phenomenal
my
live version.
God,
Jacob's
yeah.
Ladder. Oh my God. I mean, this is, I am very hit or miss with All the World's a Stage. I don't really love that album.
I agree with you on that one, Joseph.
I think the studio versions of those first couple albums are better.
I agree
But
with
just
you.
the stuff on here, they improve it. I mean, just
Agree with
right
you.
from the, just so much great music on here. And they left stuff out. I mean, Limelight's not on here. And if they played it on the tour, they left it out. There could have been even more on this album. And I think that it's just an amazing, amazing live album. So that's my number 2.
All right. Andy.
Oh, my number 2. It's going to be Mothers of Invention, and the reason why I bet at that bet Joseph, is because I know you're not a big fan of this era as you are of the '70s. Freak Out.
I do love that album, though.
Freak Out is fantastic.
Of the 60s stuff, that is my favorite.
Yes. I prefer We're Only in It for the Money. But since it's
that's a good album as well.
But since it's a single, I had to go double, and I'll go with Freak Out. An amazing album, 1966.
You're probably wondering why I'm here, and so am I.
Yeah, well, that's Susie Cream Cheese. What's gotten into you?
Help, I'm a Rock.
Help, I'm a rock. Help, I'm a rock. But also, it's got Trouble Every Day. Great track.
Hungry Freaks Daddy.
Hungry Freaks Daddy, bow tie. You got me thinking of We're Only in It for the Money. But yeah, this is just one of those great albums that, Hungry Freaks Daddy, I Ain't Got No Heart, Who Are the Brain Police? Dude, this is 1966, dude. Who Are the Brain Police?
Oh,
That is the album that made the Beatles write Sgt. Pepper.
Yeah, it made him thinking more outside the box. How could I be such a fool? Wowie zowie with xylophones. Just some great stuff. Great stuff. So, Freak Out.
Cool. All right, Tim, number 2.
My number 2. Goodbye, blue sky. A Wall.
The Wall,
Blue sky, goodbye.
Boom, boom, boom.
Great album. That's why I picked the live album, though.
Roger Waters was actually a really good bass player.
Oh
my God,
yes.
yeah.
Roger Waters is a great bass player.
Listen to Let There Be More Light on Sauce Full of Secrets. One of These Days.
One of these days, yes.
Got the controls. I mean, that bass line is killer on that fucking song.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, he's a great bass player. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that he wasn't.
No,
or
nobody's
say
Or he's
ever
not
said
talked about enough as far as people.
Nobody's ever
player.
said
Like
he was
they
a
don't-
shitty
People
bass
always
player.
people always say David Gilmour as a
Yeah.
guitarist, but
Yeah.
never Roger Waters as a bass player.
I always hear Roger Waters is a great bass player. I've always
I
heard
never
that.
hear that.
I've heard that a lot.
You know, I
I hear
was,
more about his songwriting than his bass.
Well, I
Yeah.
hear both of that though.
you know, today on the way home from work, this has nothing to do with these bands, but just to say that one person doesn't get talked about enough. I was listening to my the Shuffle, and Superstar came out by the Carpenters. Everybody talked about Karen, but nobody talked about the arrangements and music written by Richard. It's amazing the stuff that this guy wrote. Pop rock with such a flourish of orchestra and big band thrown in.
Yeah, they had a lot of co-writers though, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
well,
he
yeah,
no,
but
but the arrangement.
The music.
He didn't write. He didn't write
okay.
most of the songs.
So the core, the skeleton was written by him, right? The bones
of the melodies and all that.
They did a lot of Burt Bacharach songs.
Yeah.
And I was also reading an article. You know, I think. Well, not I think. I know that Joseph and I were talking about this last week, right before we did 1971. Back in 70 and 71, here in America, there was a lot of turmoil, and the Carpenters were really hated by the media because they weren't edgy. But
they were too happy.
They were too happy. But you know who did love them? Listeners, because listeners needed a little bit of happiness.
They sold boatloads of records
because the people at that time, they were trying to get away from all the negativity and the ugliness, and they would turn to the Carpenters for that. And that's what the Carpenters were there for.
Yeah. They were a band like Styx that the critics never got them, but they sold shit. They sold shit tons of records, and music fans to this day love them. Yeah.
And it's because sometimes you need a little bit of happiness and a little bit of mellowness in your life, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Isn't that what music is supposed to be about? It's supposed to take you outside of your head.
Yeah, it's supposed to be your
That's
little.
what it's supposed to do.
If you listen to Karen Carpenter sing the song "Sing" and don't at least smile a little bit,
I'm on the top of the world again.
Yeah, you see, it's fun stuff. Makes you smile.
Catchy little jingle. I have to admit. All right, Mark, what do you got?
What do we on number 2?
Yep.
I'm gonna pick the Beatles, the White Album. One of my favorite bands of all time. I've already picked the number 1 album, but the Beatles. Goddamn, that is the Beatles. Got their Happiness is a Warm Gun. Obladi. Revolution number 9 sucks. But they got a lot of great songs on there.
Mark's about 3 weeks away from being unintelligible.
I'm good, man. I'm just saying the Beatles rule.
Sit up, Mark. Sit up.
I will sit up. Okay,
present.
let me sit up.
Present.
What about you, bitches?
He got there like 30 minutes ago. What are you talking about?
No, the Beatles, the White Album is one of the greatest double albums of all time. I will just put it there.
A little long.
All right.
It's about
my number 2 is the best live album ever in the history of music. The song remains the same by Led Zeppelin.
I picked that.
Not only was it a cool fucking live album, it was a fucking cool fucking live concert movie too, man. I mean,
I need to buy that on Blu-ray,
Robert
bitch.
playing on the horse.
Yep. I love that Jimmy Page climbing the mountain with the fucking
with his eyes glowing.
That was cool as fuck. John Paul Jones in the beginning. Like Richard Grant made himself like a gangster. I like that. He was shooting off guys' head in the beginning, like this paint. It was like ridiculous looking blood. It wasn't even. I guess I don't know. They weren't allowed to make it look like real blood or something. I don't know. But I mean, I wish they would. That never probably happened. But I wish they'd put this in the theater again one more time, man. I
would like to see that in a.
Well, they got a new
that would
documentary coming out.
Like that would be something like a local theater would do.
Whoa, Tim, what?
I said they have a new documentary coming out on Netflix.
Documentary. Well, I've already saw the documentary.
Well, they have the documentary. It was in theaters.
I saw that too.
I hope they do a part 2. But anyway, this is still my favorite all-time live album. Song remains the same. All right.
I'm really glad that my little Mr. Miyagi
Caught on, man. Yep.
We love you, Andy. You rule.
I love you guys, man.
Who was the guy who threw the
waiting
paper?
all day to do this.
Who was the guy who threw the paper at the camera? Who was that?
Oh, you're talking about David Letterman.
Was it Letterman that did that?
Yeah, he would throw away his little envelopes towards the crowd.
I'm just saying, doing these shows with you is amazing. I love all you guys.
I know the guy from Around the Horn on ESPN would throw his paper at the camera.
That sucks. That show is ending, by the way.
Mm-hmm. It ended a couple weeks ago.
It ended already, yeah.
Yeah,
it ended like maybe a week and a half ago.
Yeah. Anyway,
all right, number 1, Joseph.
Why do you take your fucking sweet time?
Again,
fair enough.
I don't have to say much. One of the greatest albums of all time. I wore the shirt for a reason. Just this album, I get why in some ways, but also like I don't get why people like if you don't like this album,
you're dumb.
They're lying.
Not you're dumb.
You're dumb. I think you're dumb.
Do you not
like that album?
I think there's something like, are you a sociopath? Like, do you not understand?
I just think you're crazy if you don't like that album. I'm just saying
because there's so much. Like, I understand sometimes it is a hard album to listen to. Sometimes
it is a hard album to me.
Then
there's some heavy stuff on this album. What'd you say, Andy?
If they find it hard, maybe they should hear it again.
Yeah, exactly.
I would. See, I don't find it hard, and I listen to it again anyway.
Yeah.
This is just easily one of my favorite albums of all time, regardless of genre, double or single album. Just this is freaking amazing, absolutely amazing. Yes, Mark, this is the greatest concept album of all time.
No, it's Queen Strike, Operation Mindcrime.
Mark, I have Operation Mindcrime right there. I love that album. This is better.
I don't agree with you. I agree to disagree with you on that one.
Or a double album, but I think Mindcrime is better.
Thank you.
And
because I'm more on the heavier side than
thank you.
As if it could be anything else.
Kiss Alive.
Kiss Alive. Yeah. I mean, you guys have said everything that needs to be said about this album. It takes the stuff on those first 3 Kiss albums and makes it 10 times better.
I agree.
Every single song.
That is a great fucking album.
Even the double platinum mixes are better than.
Oh yeah,
of course.
Especially the first album.
The stuff off the first album on double platinum is infinitely better.
Yeah. All right, Andy.
Yeah, my number 1, man. This is I remember the first time I heard this album, and in fact, the album cover to this album influenced the look of Jimi Hendrix. Influenced the way Jimi Hendrix wanted to do his hair. When Jimi Hendrix saw this cover, he said, "That's what I want to look like." Blonde on Blonde by Bob Dylan. Absolutely amazing. Double album. Just kills it lyrically from top to bottom. The music is so inventiveness. It is such a fun listen to. Blonde on Blonde. There's the whole thing. It's fucking awesome.
Love seeing his crotch. Thank you.
I have to show his crotch.
I still need
I have to show what else can I do?
I'm just kidding, dude.
I have to show his crotch. What else am I going to do? But yeah, Blonde on Blonde.
And a mighty fine crotch it is. I'm just kidding. All right.
Not as good as Mick Jagger's.
No.
All right. This album is kind of a greatest hits, but I could not leave this band off my number 1 because they are my favorite band of all time, period. No exceptions. End of story. They started a genre that is still going strong today. Very strong. Black Sabbath. We sold our souls for rock and roll.
That's the greatest album, though.
All right, Mark. Show us the Boingo, man. Let's hear it. Let's see it.
No, I'm not putting the Boingo on here.
The Boingo.
I have them on my honorable mentions. Rush. Exit Stage Left. great fucking live album.
I knew
Even
it was
though
coming.
All the World Stage, it's a great fucking live album too. Exit Stage Left is just puts what Rush is on that album. It's just an amazing live album.
It's a live album that's so good they made a Funko Pop out of it.
Yes, it's such a fucking great live album. And Tim, I can't believe you picked that. I'm just saying.
What?
What did Tim pick? What is your number one, Tim?
My
Black
number
Sabbath.
one, Black Sabbath. We sold our souls for rock and roll.
That was the greatest hits album, dude.
Yeah, we gotta get Mark's got about 5 minutes left.
I'm good. So
Mark,
where are we
I'm
at?
drinking straight from the bottle, and I'm not as off as you are right now.
I just said only go cheap fuck,
What?
you guys are fucking me up.
You don't know what you just said.
Rush Exit Stage Left is way better than We Sold Our Souls for Rock and Roll. So how am I fucked up when I'm like knowing what Tim
I'm
just
glad
said?
you think so. I do not.
Oh, Black Sabbath rules, but that is a fucking compilation album. So go ahead.
Anyway, Jerry, what's your number one?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have to pick Fairport Convention, man. I mean,
Fuck you.
their debut album, I think.
Fuck
ruled.
you.
What?
Fairport Convention sucks.
I mean, come on, dude. The best
There
album
you
ever
go,
made.
bitch.
Best album ever made, period. End of story. I mean, you've heard me ramble on about this fucking album all the time.
Ramble on, get it?
Ramble on. Gonna sing my song.
Oh, it's not on there.
I love the pun, bitch.
I love that. And Andy just shut us all down. That's not on there.
But yeah, I mean, if you know me, you know this is my favorite album of all time from one of
Of
my
course.
favorite bands. So one day I'd like to get there and see this building. Hopefully I do. You got anybody ever been? Tim?
I know
Still
Ralph had. I
standing?
love
I
Ralph's
have been
picture in
there.
front of it.
I would love to be there.
Yeah.
Is
I
it
know
still
that
standing?
Al and Kate met there in person.
Yeah.
That they met at the building, and they went to go have tea somewhere, and it was a pun on Led Zeppelin. I forgot the name of the tea place.
Shame on them for even punning Led Zeppelin. Some things you don't do.
It's a tea place like right next door to there, or like across the street.
Probably
What
make
was-
money that way.
Huh?
They probably make a lot of money that way
Yeah.
trying to imitate it. But yeah, I mean, what more can I say, man? It's
I
the
think
culmination of everything
Yeah.
they've done up to that point. I mean, a lot of it was stuff they've written in the past. I get it, but it coincides with them, everything they've done coming in one album, what they've done in the last 5 albums before that. So fantastic fucking album, dude. I mean, people always say Zeppelin, oh, they cover. Yeah, they borrowed from people in the past, but this one here, man,
Not on this album.
how can you explain 10
not
years
on this
gone?
album.
How can you explain fucking the Rain song? Or songs like, how can you explain those? Those aren't ripoffs. That's just
Cashmere.
fucking Cashmere, all that shit. Just fucking perfect.
In
Anyway,
my time
Boogie
of
with
dying.
Stu.
In My Time of Dying kind of is borrowed, but still they made it their own. But anyway, that was our top 11 double albums. That was Mark's pick, right? If I remember right.
Yeah, it
So,
was
good fucking topic.
double live or studio
Honorable
albums?
mentions.
dude. Honorable mention. I don't have any, but go ahead, Joseph.
Joe, go
So
choose.
for my live list, my 3 honorable mentions were the Eagles live
Good one.
that
Which
was
one?
released right after they broke up.
The red.
Yeah,
Okay.
The red one. Kansas 2 for the show.
Good one.
And Ted Nugent double live Gonzo.
Good one.
And then on my studio list, a lot of these were covered. Beatles White Album. I do think it's a little too long, but I still think it's an amazing album. Miles Davis, Bitches Brew.
Oh yeah.
Jerry's Lurking in the Shadows.
Yep.
Fleetwood Mac, Tusk, that Jerry talked about.
Good one.
Jimi Hendrix, Electric Ladyland. I'm
I
surprised
almost
nobody
picked
picked it.
that one. Great album.
The Who, Quadrophenia. And my last
Okay.
honorable mention, one of the greatest R&B albums of all time, Stevie Wonder, Songs in the Key of Life.
Oh, great album. We need to review that on Freeform.
Joe, the Andy, you got anything?
Yeah, I sure do. I'm going to call this my Hall of Fame albums because I did not mention these on purpose because I wanted to shed light on different things that I have not talked about. But this is my Hall of Fame double albums. White Album, Untouchable. Hall
Right?
of Fame.
Right?
One of the greatest of all time. Live at the
second
Fillmore East by the Allman Brothers. Everybody knows how much I love the
Yeah, I
Allman
put
Brothers.
that in there too.
Exile on Main Street by the
Yep.
Rolling Stones.
Put that
Great,
in there too.
great late night album. The Wall by Pink Floyd. I might have said that already.
I put the live
Melancholy
album now.
Infinite Sadness by Smashing Pumpkins.
Great.
To me, Rush, All the World's a Stage is a better album. I think it's rockier. I enjoy it more.
I love both of them.
Yeah, Kiss Alive, one, of course. Parliament has a double live album that I absolutely love. The Commodores Live is another double album that I love as well. Black Sabbath Reunion, which is a double live album. I like that album too. That was really good. I wish that had been mentioned more. And there it is. Yep, Black Sabbath Reunion. Live Bullet by Bob Seger and the Silver
that's a great one. I forgot about
I forgot to say, I had
album.
Nine Tonight on my list.
Nine Tonight's a great album too.
Nine Tonight's probably my favorite live album.
I agree with you on that, Jerry.
I prefer Live Bullet.
Can't go wrong with either one.
Yeah, either one. Bruce Springsteen, River.
Great one too.
I think it's awesome. Crosby, Stills and Nash, Four-Way Street. Derek and the Dominoes, Layla.
I almost picked that one
Jimi
also.
Hendrix, Electric Ladyland.
I almost picked that one also.
Skinner, One More for the Road.
I did pick that one.
Metallica, Hardwired to Self-Destruct, which
I almost picked that one too. Great
Metallica,
album.
Neil Young, Live Rust.
Great album.
And that's it. Those, I did not mention those because those are in my Hall of Fame. Those are the untouchables in my list, which a lot of y'all did mention. But yeah, I mean, I absolutely loved this topic. I love double albums because, like Paul McCartney once said, when they said, "Do you think that?" When they asked Paul McCartney, "Do you think that the White Album has too much music?" He said, "There's no such thing as too much music.
Right?
No such thing."
All right, Tim, you got any honorable mentions?
No, I used them actually.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Mark?
you did.
Oh, I got like Oingo Boingo, a live double album that they did in the studio.
Boingo.
I got Simple Minds live in the City of Light. Great double live album. I got Sting, Bring On the Night live. I got Prince, Sign of the Times, which Joseph already picked. I got Prince, 1999, which nobody picked. And I also have, that's it, because I already picked The Song Remains the Same.
All right. So that's our top 11. I think next week we're doing Andy's pick, correct, Mark?
No,
I think it's Joseph's
No,
pick.
other way around.
other way around.
My pick and then Andy's pick.
We're doing the album bottle. Alice
Yes.
Cooper. You go ahead and announce. I can't remember the two that you
We're
mentioned.
doing two albums that were released on the exact same day in 1978.
Oh wow. Mm-hmm.
November 17th, 1978. Alice Cooper, From the Inside versus The Police, Outlandos to More.
Nice.
All right. It's going to be fun. Anybody want to be on it? Let us know.
I've already put my
Let's see,
spot.
I know me and
Andy
Andy are already on it.
Andy are already on there. But
All right, Tim, Mr. Talkative, what do you got, man? What do you got coming up?
I guess I'm going to be on Freeform. We're doing the Megadeth album.
Peace sells, but who's banging?
Absolutely nothing.
Did you just sell peace sells, but who's banging?
He didn't say who's banging.
Mark is
I did say
drunk,
who's banging.
folks.
I drank some
Mark
whiskey.
is drunk.
You?
Mark is really drunk.
You?
Mark is drunk. And
This
Mark
is the
is
drunkest
really
I've seen Mark in a while.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I have not
that's
heard
cool.
you slurring your words like this in a long time, Mark.
I had 2 whiskeys. So
All
I'm
right,
good.
Andy, what do you got going on, man?
Here's to you.
Yeah, what are we? Thursday. Hopefully we're gonna get an episode out of 3 Shots Down coming up. I'm sorry. Jerry had a great topic for 3 Shots Down. I absolutely love it. And it needs to be talked about, it needs to be investigated, and it needs to be dug into the only way 3 Shots Down can. So I'm excited for that. And also on Black Spitter Circle, it's Al's birthday. which is on June the 6th. So we are going to be ranking the 6th album released by bands. So album number 6 for June the 6th.
Interesting.
So we will be doing that. I'm sure he'll reach out. So I don't know when, because he's going to go see Metallica tomorrow and again on Sunday. So we'll get all that together. That'll be on Tuesday night. And then, like we said, I will be back here on my home away from home, the BS sessions, doing the Police versus Alice Cooper.
Hey, but we also have Freeform coming out tomorrow. It's the Counting Crows, August, and everything after.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Man,
Joseph, what do you got go? I'm sorry. Andy, you done?
I got shit on that one so bad. Yeah.
Joseph, man, why don't you talk about our new show, man?
Yeah. So as Jerry and I have hopefully drilled into everyone's heads by now, we have a new YouTube channel called Heavy Water 77. It is all about sticks. Everything sticks. Our first episode should be coming out here soon.
Either today or Saturday it should be out.
Awesome. So it's an introduction
Tomorrow
to the channel.
Or Saturday.
Yeah. So it's an introduction to the channel, and we talk about 10 songs that we each wish Styx would add back into their set list. So we hope everyone checks that out. Like, share, and subscribe. We really want to try to get this channel off the ground. We're going to be recording our review of the first Styx album here coming up early next week. So we'll hope to be getting that on the channel as well. I'm really looking forward to going through chronologically Styx's catalog with Jerry, doing some other fun stuff, having some guests on.
Press the crown.
We know, Mark. We know.
Yeah, I just making sure.
By the way, Joseph, you're right. You can definitely tell these are real autographs too. By the way.
Oh, awesome! You got it. Awesome.
I got both of them.
Why aren't they putting that on Amazon?
They will eventually. I think that you can only order it through their website right now.
I won't order it on their website.
Oh,
okay, Mark. I think you need to go to bed.
Because it's on the internet.
I want it on Amazon. I'm gonna pay $30 for a CD. I'm sorry.
Anyway, yeah. So Jerry and I have all that coming up. I'm like we said, my topic for BS next week, and then Andy's topic the week after that I'm really looking forward to as well. So we got some fun stuff coming up here. Next Saturday, I'm depending on how the weather is, I'm hoping I'm going to be going to see Bret Michaels, Night Ranger, and Quiet Riot. So it should be a good show. But yeah, no. So I got some fun stuff coming up here. Depending on how the weather is this Saturday night, I might be going to see a Journey tribute band, which would be pretty cool. But
who is it?
They're called Eclipse. I think they're just a local. I think they're just a local group.
I heard of them. They play around here, I think, too.
Okay.
Resurrection is the big one around here.
There might be multiple with the name Eclipse. It's a popular name if you don't know. But
it is.
In conclusion, like Mark said, peace sells, but who's banging?
But who's banging?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I agree with what Joseph said, man. I'm looking forward to this Styx channel, man. It's a band that I've wanted to talk about a lot for the longest time. So can't wait to get that going. We're going to be recording Freeform tomorrow. What are we recording? Doesn't matter what we say now.
What are we
recording? Oh, we're doing Peter Gabriel Show tomorrow. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, sure pick.
Yeah.
I asked Joseph. He doesn't know. He hasn't gave me a.
I still honestly don't know if my family's doing anything tomorrow night. I might just show up and just hang out.
You need to give me a Shrek then tomorrow.
I'll let you know. I know that album.
Better hurry up. The tracks are running out. There's not too many on that album.
I know that album.
There's only 9 tracks on that album.
I might just show up to hang out, you know.
Yeah, that's Joseph, cool. Why don't you go with Peace Sells, but who's banging?
Hey, it came out the same year.
For a long time.
That's going to be out the same year.
Oh my God!
Like, share, subscribe, and all that other happy horse shit. Everybody, Mark, take us out if you can. If you're capable.
Dude, don't strain yourself.
Don't strain yourself.
No, you're not. Yeah, we can tell.
No, you're not.
G Money, take us out.
Who the hell?
G Money is a fucking Jerry. Take us out, bitch.
All right, guys. Thank you, Tim, Andy, and Joseph, as always, for being on.
Thank you.
Like I said, like, share, subscribe.
Thanks for having me,
Go Panthers. Go Panthers. Other than that, buy physical media, be good to each other, fuck politics, and just show some respect out there, people. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All these albums that I held up today, buy them.
Yeah.
Hey, like
all.
Journey says, be good to yourself because nobody else will.
Oh yeah,
All right, guys.
I'm going to make a big long. I have been making these playlists of the past few podcasts that we've been doing, and they've been great.
They've been awesome. Thank you so much, Andy, for doing that.
For the instrumentals, is a 5-hour long playlist. This one will probably surpass it with the double albums, every single one of them. So,
all right. Also, one more thing. Andy, myself, and Mark will be joining the Cranium family DJing. Yeah. That's going to be a lot of fun. Listen to us, and that's all we got to say.
And Oingo Boingo and Duran Duran will be played a lot on that.
Well, one of those two bands is pretty good.
Well, at least it's not on that metal station, at least, so that's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's get the fuck out of here. Thank you, guys.
Peace, guys. Take care.
It easy,
always.
Later.
Peace.